Welcome back, everybody. Now, it's the ultimate sporting showdown on Sunday. Entertainment stars and sporting icons will once again be facing off for this year's Soccer Aid. Dermot, you are going to be hosting as
indeed,
usual.
with Alex Scott, Soccer Aid for UNICEF, and our very own Sam Thompson putting his best boot forward. Joins us now from the Soccer Aid training ground.
Oh, there he is.
Sam, I have to say, I went down yesterday and sort of like said hello to everyone, and you were a force of nature. Like, I've never seen anyone happier
He's
to be
been talking about it
anyone
all
happier
day.
to be in Soccer Aid than you.
We'll see you. Mate, it was the most fun I think I've ever had in my entire life. I've never been so scared. I've never been so tired. Welcome to Soccer Aid 2024, baby. Come on!
Sam, yes, Sam.
And I cannot believe that we're going to be walking out as well at Stamford Bridge. Obviously, I'm a massive Chelsea fan, so I think I might cry. We've been at the training ground for a day so far. We've got a 4-day stint here. We've all got rooms next to each other, which is really cool. So, like, I can hear, like, the person next to me, like, coughing and stuff. I'm like, oh, I wonder who that is. Is that a Tom Hiddleston cough? I don't know. It's absolutely amazing. Now, before we get started into the most amazing stars that I have next to me, I'm going to give some facts away here. A lot of them aren't great for the shirts that we're wearing. So, it began in 2006, and Team England won 5 times. Which isn't great. We haven't won since 2018, but this is the year. I got some of my fellow teammates. I got Danny Dyer, Tom Hiddleston, and, of course, an opposition, so we don't really care too much. It's Diamond from Gladiators. We absolutely love her. Hello, guys. How are we? Good, Tom?
Yeah, all good. Here we are at the training ground, taking it seriously. 3 lines on 3 shirts.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe.
And, Danny, do you remember the team talk that Tom actually gave digitally when we were in the changing room?
Oh, it was amazing. We did. We watched a little video of basically England losing, and we needed to watch it, and it hurt.
Yep.
And then Frank did a lovely little speech about how we cannot look. I'm sorry you got to hear this, but unfortunately England have to win, and in the '96 shirt.
In the '96 shirt. What a retro shirt it is as well. And Diamond, look, tell her, how confident are you feeling?
Super confident. I mean, have you seen our team?
I have. It's pretty unbelievable,
Yeah,
to be
thank
fair.
you very much.
Actually, also, does anyone notice
arrogance.
Do you notice that Tony Bellews, like, sharpen up a lot? He's terrible in goal.
Well, he's also got a little bit of that. He's giving a lot of that around the training ground, but, you know, all talk, no trousers, I think.
Well, we just got to wipe the smug grin off their faces.
We absolutely
Never
do.
gonna get wiped off. No
Okay.
way.
Look, lads, you obviously played. You both, I think, made your debut last year, didn't
Yes.
you?
Yes.
Danny and
Amazing.
Tom. What was it like? What do I have to expect going out onto that pitch? I'm going to cry, I think.
It is a magnificent atmosphere. Wasn't it amazing? We were at Old Trafford. I, for some reason that I still can't fathom, played 90 minutes. And my respect for professional footballers has gone up forever.
You covered 12K as well.
Covered 12K, thank you.
I
Got the
remember that.
stats, yes. My advice to you, Sam, is the advice given to me by Emma Hayes, who was the gaffer last year. 5 words, give it to a pro. If you get the ball, give it to a pro.
Yeah, and you look silky. Danny, how is it for you?
It's an incredible... Well, I didn't do the 90, surprisingly. I only got quarter of an hour. And I think I've done half a K, maybe. But it's just such a beautiful thing to be part of. You know, in this UNICEF thing, they do such wonderful work. And this, yes, we get to pretend to be footballers. Yeah. But, you know, the amount of money we've raised up to this point, it's just... There's no charity like it.
Well, Diamond, we want to hit the 100 million as well, don't we?
100%, yeah. What a huge milestone to hit, and for UNICEF, all the children out there, it's such for, like you said, for such a great cause. So let's do it. Any donation, guys, big or small, can go a really long way.
Yeah, 2 things need to happen. And one of them is that we need to try and break this 100 million mark. And the second thing is that we need to be lifting that shield.
We absolutely do. But also, just back onto UNICEF quickly, mate. You've done quite a lot of work with them, haven't you, mate?
It's been my enormous honour and privilege. I've been an ambassador for UNICEF for 10 years, or just over 10 years now. And I've been so fortunate that they've invited me to see their work in the field. And it truly is the most heart-expanding, eye-opening, extraordinary thing. Sometimes you watch UNICEF's work in the media, and we have to remember that when the cameras leave, UNICEF is still there. And they're helping children who are the innocent victims of every kind of extreme conditions, whether it's a natural disaster, conflict, bad weather, malnutrition. They are, wherever children are most vulnerable, UNICEF are on the ground, getting them help where they need it most. it's incredibly moving, and every little helps. Every small donation, £10, £20, it really is. It really goes towards those children.
And the more you donate, the better the celebration will be from Mr. Tom Hiddleston here. If you were going to score a goal, what would it be? What's your celebration?
I don't know. I should think about that.
God, Danny, what's yours?
Well, mine is I'm going to just get my belly out. And just, you know, I'm doing it for all those sort of granddad bodies
Yes, mate.
that are shaped like avocados.
Tom, what are you looking at?
Oh, I don't know. I might have a little something up my sleeve if I do score, but I mean, you got to go to like the food dance, you know, when you get like some good grub in front of you and you're like, yeah.
I love it. Do you know what? I'm doing a Robbie Keane.
Okay.
One of them.
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
Nice.
That's how I roll.
I think I'll just run like 3 lengths of the pitch. I'll be so excited.
Yes.
Remember when David Beckham used to score in the 90s for England? I feel like he'd just run.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he was taking off. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much. Come on, England.
Come on.
Come on, England.
Thank
Sam,
you,
thank you so
Sam.
much. I think I'm living for the fact that Sam is on the pitch this year. I can't wait.
Sam told me yesterday, if I score against Tony Bellew, I'm going to ride him like a horse.
He's going to ride him like a horse. Oh, my God.
Bellew.
I love it. Thank you so much. Now, listen, donating to Soccer Aid Appeal is very, very simple. To give 30, 20 or £10, text 30, 20 or 10 to 70818. Text costs your donation, plus one standard rate message.
Yeah, you have to be 16 or over and please ask your bills payers permission. You can also donate online. The website shown on screen now. 100% of the donation will go to UNICEF, and every donation will be doubled to up to £4 million thanks to the Children's Investment Fund Foundation.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. Now, she is the former professional tennis player who was once ranked number 3 in the world, and after making the move to broadcasting, Sue Barker quickly became a national treasure, and she still is.
A picture of you like slamming your racket down.
Probably.
2022,
I had
she
a
was at
few
the
of
end of an
those.
era. Stepping down as host of Wimbledon's coverage after 30 years, but now she is back dishing the dirt on what life is like in one of the most famous tennis tournaments. And Sue joins us now. Sue, thank you.
Oh, well,
I love
You're
you to
such an
pieces.
inspiration.
So nice.
Honestly,
Oh,
any
stop
broadcaster
it.
looks up to you.
Oh, really?
Well, you are. You're so good.
I was there for so long. That's why I was there forever.
I mean, a lot of people are going to want to get their hands on this. This is the new book, Sue Barker, Wimbledon. The players, the place, the magic, a personal history. And obviously, your career spans 30 years.
It's 30 years
So you
at the
got to
feed,
see it
yeah.
all. And what I love about this book is that you've named all the chapters after iconic players,
Yeah.
and which is great because then you know what era we're in.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly right. That's
What was your favourite era, or has it just been one?
The one I was in, obviously. No, the one I was in because we had the greatest rivalries. We had Chrissy and Martina in the ladies. I mean, I was born in the wrong era, let's face it, you know, because
You
those
really
two were
was.
they were like, you know, they were head and shoulders above the rest of us. Getting to number 3 in the world felt like being number 1 because you were never going to get near those two. But then there was Borg and McEnroe, you know,
those
and
were the
Connors,
days.
you know, those, and they were just fabulous. Ilya Nastasiou, you know, it was that era in the 70s was fabulous. But every era has been great, and the one we're in at the moment with, you know, I mean, Federer's retired now, and Rafa's sort of going Andy possibly, you know, and Djokovic. But the last decade's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Too.
What is it about Wimbledon? And is Wimbledon as unique as we think it is, or do the French hold the French Open in the same regard that we do, Australians or Americans, or is it something quite unique about Wimbledon?
It's all about Wimbledon.
Why?
Even Carlos Alcaraz, who won last year, who was brought up on the clay you know, in Spain, said, this has been my dream. This is the tournament I watched as a kid. It's the history, the tradition, everything that goes with it. Billie Jean King says there's a magic about Wimbledon that is in no other event. And it's the history, tradition, it's where it is, and it's the challenge of grass as well.
It's so special, isn't
It
it?
is,
Walk
yeah.
into it. So I've had the good fortune to go a few times. It's so marvellous.
It is.
I want to know what the changing rooms are like. What are the
They
latest changing
are
rooms?
the best ever.
What,
It's
give
like
me a rundown of what's in there.
Oh, beautiful sofas. I mean, the bath showers. It's like a 6-star
Really?
hotel.
Sauna?
It's wonderful. Saunas, everything. Steam rooms. We've got gyms there. We've got everything there.
She says that, Alison. She's talking it up, but she also almost burnt the place down. So can you tell us
She did.
a little bit about that?
This was in the studio, wasn't it?
It was in the studio. It was before the roof, so I was filling. It was raining, so we're filling, and I got Martina Navratilova in, one of my best mates, and I said, right, we're going to talk about these finals. We've got about an hour to fill, so come on, we'll do this. And all the time, my producer in my ear is always saying, your desk is covered in notes. It's disgusting.
we get that
Tidy
a lot.
up, tidy up, yes. So I thought, I'll put them on the shelf, but I missed the shelf and put them on top of this hot light.
Yeah.
And all I heard was, I was chatting nicely to Martina, and suddenly I heard the floor manager go, there's smoke. There's a smell of smoke in the studio. I'm like, oh, my God, we're going to evacuate in a minute. We're still on air. What's going to happen? And the next minute, these flames started coming up from the side of my desk. And so the producer said, quick, go to the next VT. But, of course, the VT that was next we needed to voice it. There was no sound on it. So Martina and I are now trying to talk over this. Well, they're coming in with the fire extinguishers and getting my notes out. I lost all my notes, almost burnt the studio down and got a right telling off from health and safety. So, because I'd had the course.
I wasn't being, like, too gushing. You are such a great broadcaster. And part of that is because... And it rains a lot in Wimbledon. And when it rains, they come to you and, like, you might have to talk for half an hour. Like,
yes, to someone that I've probably... No research. I mean, there was one time that he's my favourite guest of all, because we always... When I've run out of all the tennis players, I've messaged everybody. I thought, I'll go to the celebs, have a check who's in the royal box, because it's only just down there. And they're only having, tea and biscuits. And I saw that Piers Brosnan was in there, a big fan.
Only Bond.
So, yeah, Bond. I thought, right, get him in the studio. So they ran down. They said, would you go back? Well, you've got to be there in, like, less than 5 minutes. And he's got to go down the stairs, up... Well, he's Bond, he can do it. Up some more stairs, up there and got in. And he came in, like, this is all right. I said, yes, sit down. We've got 20 minutes to and we're on BBC One until we get to the news. So we're chatting about all things, tennis, weather, California, whatever. And obviously Remington Steele, Bond, we're chatting away. And he starts then, because he's starts sweating. and so we said, quick, run to put something up so the makeup can get in and just dab him down. So the makeup girl, Helen, came in and sort of got rid of him. But then he's still sweating, so they handed him some tissues and he's doing that. When you get the little white globs on there, tissue comes off on your face. And with about 2.5 minutes to go, he's still sweating. He goes, Sue, I'm dying here. Can I leave, please? This is live on air. No. Can I leave? And I went, no. I said, because I've got no one else to talk to for the next 2.5 minutes.
And
Will you do it? And he stayed, bless him.
What a
so
pro.
he is my top guest.
Did you miss it? Did you miss Wimbledon?
I miss it. I love the job, love the people I work with. It was a fabulous team, and I would love to go back. But you've got to know when the time is right to move on. And
that moment that Roger Federer, it's like when he made that, did that eulogy to you outside. It was just the most beautiful moment, wasn't it? I mean, I cried. I can't imagine.
I know.
So emotional.
I thought I didn't even realise they liked me.
I love you.
But it was so fabulous, and Roger's just, he's the most wonderful person to interview as well. But yeah, no, it was an absolute joy, and luckily I got to interview him last year.
Do you just have access all areas now when you go back?
They didn't even give me a pass last year, but I've made sure this year. No, I have my members' pass.
Who's going to stop her? That's the thing. Can you imagine?
Access.
Everybody does.
When they see us, Sue, just open the door.
Exactly.
I queued up for my hot dog on day one. I thought, yes, I've never done that
But it was nice just to be a punter.
It was lovely, yes, go and just sit and watch a match that I wanted to watch. It was fantastic. I really
I went
enjoyed
once. I didn't realise you had to be so silent. I don't know if it's for me.
How was that?
It was really hard. I don't want to talk through the game like you do when you watch it on telly.
Listen, I'll sit you next to Billie Jean King, because she likes to chat as well. You two would be great.
I like to know what's going on, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She wants best of luck with it.
Thank you very much.
You need to go out on the road with this. Sue Barker, Wimbledon, the players, the post. There you go, Hammond.
There it is.
You got a Sunday Times bestseller when the Hammond picks it up, Sue. Don't you worry about
Wimbledon,
that.
Sue Barker. Thanks for joining
Lovely.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
And then it is the biggest charity football match in the world on Sunday. Soccer Aid for UNICEF will be kicking off for the 13th time.
And as they both prepare to return to the pitch for a second time, Jill Scott and Tommy Fury have taken a break from training to join us in the studio. Good morning.
Morning.
And it is proper training. You're actually training him up a bit, aren't you, Jill?
I don't know if I'm... We've had a couple of sessions.
I don't think you want to take the rep for that.
How's it going?
It's going good, yeah. I'm a lot more focused. I'm coming back better than ever than last year. Not that I had much to do with last year's win, but I'm going to try.
He's got the talk, hasn't he?
He's a boxer.
He's got
All
the
boxers have
talk.
got the chat.
Yeah.
What was your experience being on that pitch last year? Because you're a boxer, Tommy. We know you from being on telly and your relationship and being on Love Island, but actually being seen as a footballer is a very different thing.
Yeah, I mean, just watching it there, it brings back good memories. Honestly, It was just amazing because as a kid, I used to go to Old Trafford and play and watch the games. So to be able to play there, you know, in soccer aid, it was absolutely amazing. The crowd was packed out, and it was lovely.
You do realise you're in the black shirts, though.
Yeah, I'm in the black shirts. Yeah, not doing too well. But listen, it was a great experience, and it's all for UNICEF and the kids who need it, and we raised so much money, so it's amazing.
Yeah. Why did you feel like you needed a couple of extra sessions with the England captain?
Just go on Twitter and you'll see all the videos for yourself.
Was it that bad?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh. But Jill, I mean, you've played in matches. There's nothing you haven't done when it comes to football, but knowing the fact that over £90 million has been raised for the children in the world that need it the most must just make you proud.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. I think this year, hopefully, we're going to surpass £100 million. And I was lucky enough to go to Romania a couple of months ago and see the work that money does. So for me this year, I think it's going to be extra special because I think you can watch things on TV and think, what is this money doing? But when you actually go there and hear the families that this money is really changing lives. So, yeah, that's the main thing, and it's a great occasion.
And when you went to Romania, you met families refugees from the Ukraine?
Yeah. So I met a family who'd literally just had to pack the stuff up and just flee from their home, obviously because of the war. And, yeah, just seeing kind of them just packing the bags up, heading to Romania and really just hoping to see a friendly face on the other side. And that is what UNICEF does. I think there's some pictures here, but seeing they've even built schools and stuff like that. And they really do want to go home, but for the time that they can't, UNICEF is really providing that safe environment.
Some sense of normality in a crazy world.
With that in mind, Jill, do you think England can turn this around? Because it's been 5 years on the bounce that the World 11 has picked up the trophy. It's getting a little bit too painful now.
Yeah, it is actually. And you know what? When I was playing, I was like, it's all for charity. It's a great occasion, but it did hurt when you lifted that trophy. I was like, I want England to win it. So yeah, it's this is the one trick I can do so that people think I'm half decent.
It's a good one.
But any time where I've been there, I have to say, it gets so competitive.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it?
It does. Me and Jill are great friends now, but on the pitch, it's enemies.
Because you hosted the first few?
Yes, I did. And it was so funny because it would all start off very friendly.
Yeah.
Very friendly the first couple of hours when they're all together, and then they get to, like, actually playing, and it gets so competitive.
I think one of the things, because I've played in soccer aid for many years and then finally retired when I realised that I couldn't quite live up to any expectations. Exactly, Paddy did too. And it's that thing, though, and you'll get this sense, Tommy, that we are experiencing other worlds, but the opportunity to just have a few days sort of experiencing life as a professional footballer, sort of playing at Old Trafford, playing at Stamford Bridge as you are this year, training, we used to train at Fulham and Motspur Park. That whole experience is such an incredible thing. So by the time you start, you want to play the best game you can possibly play because you realise everybody in that crowd is vicariously living that. You're living that experience for them. Yeah, no, definitely. It's an amazing experience, like you say, for them. You know, 4 or 5 days, whatever it is. It's you genuinely feel like you're a professional footballer. Yeah. Like you're going to train, you're eating the right food, you're getting massages. Everything's like you are living in that world. So by the time the game comes around, you think, yeah, I'm fully prepared. I'm ready to go after 4 days. And you've never played at Stamford Bridge?
No, I haven't, actually. I was just thinking back, Tommy, you did all the recovery stuff, didn't you? You had goggles on, the massage chair.
Didn't do me any good, though.
Well, the rest of the world won, so it didn't matter, did it?
I remember when Woody Harrelson came over and he didn't know about football at all. And he
Penalties.
Yeah.
He got to take the deciding penalty and he put it down on the edge of the area because he thought that's where he took a penalty from. And there was the referee had to say, no, you can put it there. And he was really excited that you could get closer.
Yeah, and he used to go to the park across the road and ask the lads for a kickabout, like put their jumpers down and have a kickabout. So it has got that feeling to it. It's such a feel-good.
It's great. And some of the people, I think Tom Hiddleston was there last year and you just like, he was asking us about how we should receive the ball. And I was like, as if I'm having this conversation with Tom Hiddleston.
Amazing! I love it.
And he came out and did that amazing speech as well.
Yeah, it was so good.
It was so good.
What about your brother, Tommy? Is Tyson around? Because, Jill, maybe we could recruit him for the England team. Has he got any football in him?
He has, yeah. He's a massive Man United fan. So maybe one of the years he can come down and do it.
How's he doing? It's been a couple of weeks since, obviously, he lost. Yeah. Is he all right?
Yeah, no, he's absolutely fine, yeah. I mean, it was a very close fight. I thought he did enough to win myself. But listen, it's boxing, that's what happens. and he'll be back for the rematch and he'll get it back.
Looking forward to that.
Let's tell them how to donate.
Yes, if you'd like to donate to Soccer Aid, the appeal is very simple. To give 30, 20 or £10, just text 30, 20 or 10 to 70818. The text will cost you a donation plus one standard rate.
You must be 16 or over and please ask the bill payer's permission. You can also donate online at the website shown on the screen. 100% of your donation will go to UNICEF and every donation will be doubled up to £4 million, thanks to the Children's Investment Fund Foundation.
Fingers crossed we get it over 100 million. Yeah. Jill, Tommy, lovely to see you. Best of luck Sunday.
Thank you.
We'll be cheering you on. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
It's the funniest thing. She's literally like, oh, God, I can't watch it. Oh, God.
I don't normally watch the show, only because I can't bear watching myself. Not there's anything wrong with the show, but I thought I better watch it last night because I was on here. Yeah. And I had kind of warned my husband that what had happened. So I said, do you mind not watching it with me? I want to watch it on my own. So I watched it on my own at first upstairs, and then he watched it later on catch up, and he went, well, it was OK. It wasn't exactly Game of Thrones, was it? But it's pre-watershed.
That's brilliant from Mike. That's brilliant.
Amazing. But honestly, Michelle,
I mean...
And you did say bed. It wasn't quite bed, was it? Really? It was, you know...
Well, it's only a matter of time.
No, it was... yeah, I mean, it's a little bit shocking, I think.
There is an amazing moment, though, isn't there, when Cindy comes back in and you want her to be the Cindy she always was, and you kind of wonder whether she's softened a little bit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden this is happening and we're seeing I think she's ramping it all up.
She is, and what do they say? A leopard never changes its spots. I don't know. You know, I think she's kind of everything that... Where are you going? Where you going? Oh, she did say you might chew my shoes.
Yeah.
If he chews the shoes, you've got to give him a treat, apparently.
Yeah.
So let's give him a treat. What was I going to say?
Leopard changing her spots.
Yeah, I just think she's become everything that we're told as women not to be, isn't she? You know, she's insecure, she's over-emotional, she loves too much, she acts before she thinks about things. But I do think that situation happened last night where, you know, she'd been rejected by George, she's going through a bad time with Ian, and I don't think she manipulated it, but I don't think Juna manipulated it either. They've both kind of been rejected by George. And I'm trying to kind of explain it properly.
Are you saying it's George's fault?
I'm not...
Sounds a little bit like you're blaming George.
Well, kind of. You know that thing about two lonely people too much in love to... It's like they've been drawn together.
Right.
You know, so listen, I don't understand her and I'm playing her. It's really hard and I have to get my head around why. Why does she do these things?
Well, don't you sometimes sit there at home and the script comes through and you go, right, let's have a look at...
Well, it's interesting because it's kind of be careful what you wish for, isn't it? Because I've been batting it just over a year now.
Yeah.
And kind of thinking, yeah, she's kind of nice. Is there anything that's going to kind of... Things are going quite well for her. She's back with, you know, her kids.
Girls,
the girls, because that was very important for her. You know, and then suddenly it's like, uh-oh, Cindy likes the drama.
Cindy's still there. We've
Cindy
got an
loves the drama.
exclusive clip from tonight's EastEnders we can enjoy now as well. Here we go.
The idea of you and him, that there's something going on.
No, there isn't.
I didn't want to scare you off. I didn't want to push you away, OK? I love you, all right? And I don't want to lose you.
You're not going to. I owe you everything. If you hadn't stepped in and put me back together, I didn't even know if I'd be here now.
Come on, don't say that, don't say that.
You have to forget, George. I am not going back there. This is us. Of course, he thinks it's George.
Yes, he thinks it's George.
Yeah. I mean...
But it's not George.
Who hasn't been in that situation? Sorry, you know. It's like, oh, my God. Ending up on the sofa, you know, God.
But why does he stay? Why does he just... Because he loves her
I've
so
talked
much.
to Adam about because he always says, I am his favourite wife. Me, Michelle, are his favourite, but also Cindy is his favourite wife. He's like, well, he's Henry VIII. He's had 6 wives.
Yes.
And... thankfully not beheaded. But I don't know, I think there's just... There are some couples, aren't there, that are kind of just... I just think he loves everything about her. They may not be in love with each other, but we've grown up together in the show, but also Ian and Cindy have been together a long time, on and off. And there are some couples, I think, no matter what a woman does, the man always takes her back, and you go, you won't believe what she's done now, and he's taken her back.
Yeah.
And it's a bit kind of like that with Ian, I think.
I love the sort of the relationship between Cindy and his mum, though, Kathy, of course.
Yeah,
because you had an iconic slap.
We did. And I don't know what it is about EastEnders. People love a slap in EastEnders. They just do. And when I came back, that's all they talked about, that slap. And I think, you know, Gillian's so brilliant. She's so iconic, and she plays Kathy so well. Yeah. And I've always loved Gillian. We've always got on. So we just love doing those scenes together.
I bet.
I think we've had 2 slaps now, haven't we, in a year? We probably need another one soon.
Any time now.
Yeah, yeah.
But I feel like there might be one coming, by the way.
Yeah, I
this
feel
all
so
unfolds.
Has Sharon Marshall told you something?
Not yet. But there's also this thing about soaps where they create these amazing characters for women.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be young women. It's women of all ages and real strong storylines.
I think, you know, kind of soaps came, I think, originally, because I think it was 84, we're celebrating the 40th, and I joined in 88. It was kind of kitchen sink drama. It was real. It was covering social issues, and there were real kind of characters. And, you know, if you go to the East End of London, there are a lot of matriarchal figures, a lot of strong women. There's always been strong women. And I think that's kind of carried it through. And also, I think Corrie does it as well. Yeah. A lot of those older, iconic, your Pat Phoenixes and those kind of women. Yeah. But that's also another thing that kind of dream about, because they write great stories for... And, you know, and women of a certain age are experienced. They've done a lot in their lives. And I think the great thing about EastEnders is I've now got a much younger fan base than I've... Because a lot of young people really love EastEnders.
But they still love Cindy.
And we love having you
back. I think, I mean, it was obviously a worry of mine when I was, you know, about to go back, thinking, God, you know, do people still want Cindy? And I think from the feedback, I think they do. But they want bad Cindy. They don't want nice.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. And Nick joins us now to tell us all about it. Wow, Nick.
Autism dog. How cool is he?
Amazing. Isn't he cool? He's so cool.
He knows I've got treats here.
He's a very good boy. He's a very good boy.
That's all gone in one go.
Of course it is. What an amazing job.
Oh,
an amazing job.
Look, I've got the best job in the world anyway, doing SOS, which is like just the most fantastic thing to be in communities and... Sit there, buddy. I must have dropped a beat, sorry.
I think you might have.
Yeah.
I hope it's that.
Just calm a little. Yeah, so I got the best job in the world doing that. And they distracted me a little bit then.
Yeah.
But also, then the opportunity to go and do all these travel shows and go and see these amazing places around the world and try and bring them to people at home. And you and I have known each other. We've known each other forever and ever. Yeah. This is my 40th year on TV this year. Yeah. And so over that time, I've got to know some amazing people. And you look at the pictures.
Yeah.
The guy shooting this, Toby Wilkinson, is like done Top Gear for the last 20 years, and he came and sort of did this as a favour to me as well. And the director, Ben Southwell, does Ray Mears and Rick Stein and all that kind of stuff. And
so they've shot in some pretty epic locations.
South America, that bit, Patagonia. I've always wanted to go there for the rugby apart from anything else. And so it was a real dream come true to get down to Argentina and Chile.
Yes, because you keep saying Chile. And that was because you were told, you were informed that was the way to say it.
That's the thing. And my family are ripping me about it because I'm going, Chile. Oh, you went to Chile. Did you go to Kenya as well? So I was told specifically by the English-speaking South Americans that I was saying it wrong and that I needed to call it Chile.
It's not Chile, it's Chile. And you do as you're told, Nick.
I do as I'm told.
We've done nothing else.
Especially now I'm engaged.
Yeah, quite absolutely. We can come on to that.
Could we talk about you two going to the rugby?
Well, I mean, this is the...
do you go to the rugby?
Nick and I get to go to Twickenham a fair bit, and we thoroughly enjoy our rugby when we're there together. I was very jealous. We talked about this, actually, when the last time we were together, because you'd been down... the dancing... doesn't get any better as we're watching the rugby either, because there's usually a bit of beer involved.
Look, elbows and shoulders. It's
all about goodness.
That dancing.
You got to, what about South America, though? Argentina, of course, is they're incredibly passionate about their rugby.
Love their rugby, and I found this amazing team down there that's an all-ability rugby team. And I was like, well, how's that going to work? Because you're going to have to tiptoe around none of it. They piled in and they were like, do you want a game? I was like, well, of course, I want to. You know, I've played in lots of places around the world, Australia, and so the chance to play a game, albeit I only lasted about 20 minutes, because my fitness journey is not quite as where yours is at the moment.
Right.
Katie said to me, wear a T-shirt, don't wear a jacket. I'm like, I'm not really quite ready to... Not like Ben, he's further along his fitness journey than I am. But, yeah, so get a chance to play a game down there is amazing. And then to dance the Argentinian tango in the middle of Buenos Aires. And then to do things like climbing the mountains in Torres del Paine.
Yes, the rock climbing. I wouldn't say you're necessarily a mountain goat when it comes to rock climbing, Nick. Not necessarily as agile as you need to be.
No, I'm 61, and you would have noticed in the newspapers, they pointed out I put on a lot of weight during lockdown, and I've lost about 2.5 stone of it, so I've got another stone to go. But yeah, there's no doubt. I was up the mountain. I was up this rock face, having climbed up. I don't like heights anyway.
Oh.
I'm vibrating and shaking, and I'm on a belay line to the guys who's holding me on the mountain.
Yeah.
Only I'm 18.5 stone, and he's about 9 stone. So I mentioned it was going to be like a cartoon thing. If I fell off, I'd pass him on the way.
Give him a high five on your way down. But you also met some amazing people there. You met Dimitri, who was doing the massive bike ride. He was inspiring, wasn't he?
Extraordinary man. Working in a bank, gets a terrible terminal health diagnosis with Huntington disease, which is a dreadful, dreadful disease, very much like motor neuron disease. And, of course, we've all known a lot more about that recently. So he gets this diagnosis and he's working in a bank in Paris. So he sells up everything and buys a bicycle and decides he's going to do the whole of South America from Peru all the way down to the tip of Tierra del Fuego. And the most amazing thing he said to me, I said, do you think people should do more things with life? And he said, you shouldn't have to wait for a terminal diagnosis to start doing something with your life.
Yeah.
And, you know, we all learn from that. And, yeah, he really, really touched me. They've made a beautiful film about his journey, which has just won an award at the Irish Film Festival down at the Fastnet down in Scone.
An incredible journey, undoubtedly. You mentioned Katie, who has come in with you, your better half. Another thing, it's about making the most of life, right, Nick?
Oh, you know, absolutely. You just, like, grab every moment and, you know, and... I always, like, whatever happens, you get comfortable, you do something and you go, oh, this is great, I'm doing this, and throw the dice again and do something else. Not in a relationship, obviously, I'm very happy and that's going to stay. But in terms of work and opportunity, so the chance to go travelling and do that, and then the next adventure comes along and you do something else.
But what about the actual date for the wedding, though, more importantly? Because you've been...
We've been looking at that, and I mean, Katie's company, which she started, which you know about...
Yes, I do. Incredibly successful.
Is going great guns, incredible. So she's really busy with that. Finding the date is becoming difficult. We're sort of getting to the point now where we're like, do you know what, we just might disappear and...
Sneak off and do it somewhere.
He's been to 23 countries in 14 months. He's all over the shop. He's all over the shop.
Or maybe we could do it at the next England rugby game.
Yeah, go down. Maybe propose there.
She's shaking her head. She's like, no, over my dead body.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the show, Nick.
love
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nick Knowles in South America is tonight, 7 o'clock, Channel 5.
Great to see you, mate.
Thank
Great
you.
to see you.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. It always moves me so much when I hear him perform because he's just a young lad from East London.
Oh.
And he has a superpower with words. How are you?
Emotional.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Just because we're here and this book is like, seeing you holding it, you're holding a piece of so many people's hearts.
Yeah.
And like, for me to be sat here, colour coordinated, obviously I got the memo with your bottoms and Ben's top. Like, I just feel like it's such a moment.
Yeah.
I'm 33, I've been writing since I was 15.
Yeah.
So it feels like my first day.
Well, and also, you've got some amazing people to contribute to the book. I mean, some, you know, fair to middling as well.
Some are easier to get than others.
But you must feel an incredible sense of responsibility in order to get it right. And it's so important to so many people.
Yeah. And I'm incredibly thankful to everyone who trusted me because it's such a sensitive, delicate situation and responsibility is the right word. And I'm thankful to my family, my sisters and my dad and my nieces and nephews for understanding that I'm not around because this took so much from me.
So the essence of
emotionally.
this book, Hussein, you've written poetry in the past, and Life is Sad and Beautiful was such an amazing book. But this is about I Wanted to Quit Too. This is about those moments that everybody has been through, where you wanted to get their little sense of a moment in their life, despite how it might seem, where they've wanted to quit too. So you've spoken to actors and musicians and business people and influencers and leaders in industry. And it's an incredible anthology of their moments where they wanted to quit too.
Yeah, and it was accidental. This book was never part of a plan in life. But I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, Sinead Harnett, and led me to saying to her I wanted to quit. And we started talking about it. And I hate the title. I hate the title of it because of how real it is.
Yeah.
When I even say, oh, a book's called I Wanted to Quit Too, it reminds me. But I should hate it. It should make me feel uncomfortable.
But I think that's why people identify with it so much, because of the title. It's that thing that draws people in. And, you know, from you losing your mum and just talking about those little moments in time where she stays with you and those little bits of advice that she'd give you.
Yeah, she's amazing. And I feel like she'd be mad at me right now.
Why? Oh, your birthday. Is it the birthday she'd be angry about?
I got her birthday wrong in the book. On the third page.
On the third page?
Yeah, Uncle Larry Lamb pointed it out to me. I didn't know your mum was 70. I said, she's not Larry, she's 49. He said, well, why did you put she was born in 1947? And I'm like, I can't blame the editor on that one. It's my fault. But I felt like that's her reminding me, like, don't take this too seriously. And it's 7 years since she's passed, and I'm thankful, Mum, for all the lessons you taught me beyond your grave, because they don't leave you. They never leave you. They're with you, and you have to understand that. No one can tell you that. You have to understand that.
There's some as Kat said, there's some incredible people in this book, but there is an advert for the book as well that is voiced by someone extraordinary. We're going to play a little bit of the clip here. This is the advert for the book.
Guess who it is?
To be wise is to know great failure and victory, to have experienced all, and to have made every mistake in the book.
I wasn't sure who it was when you first played it.
Excuse me, you say, Manuel. That's Tom Hardy voicing the advert.
It is. I can't believe it myself. I can't believe it myself. I'm so blessed, so lucky, so fortunate to have met people, and they for some reason, trust me.
We do.
With their voice and their words.
But also just having that chance at 14 when your teacher said to you, you go and do this poetry slam and do it, and believing in you.
He was like, you've got something to say, go say it there. And I was like, all right, I will. And then I walked into this room and people are performing and people are clicking, and I'm like, oh, I want some clicks.
Yeah.
And then that changed my life. I entered a portal, like Narnia. I entered the wardrobe and I came out the other side, and every day I feel like it's my first day at work.
Well, you've created an amazing book. Thank you so much. It's
Top 3
I Wanted
Sunday
to
Times
Quit
bestseller
Too.
list.
It is out now.
Hussein,
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
It's always magical to see you. In collar coordinated outfits as well.
We're going to carry on.
I got the memo.
Here's your weather.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
I'd listen to.
Yes,
500 million.
Even John Caldwell would listen to an offer of 500 million. He doesn't get out of bed for less than that. We're joined now by some of the stars from Buying London, the estate agents Remy Nicole and Rosie Walden, alongside their boss, Mr. Super Prime.
There's an eye in that.
Daniel Daggers. Good morning to all three of you. Thank you for coming in.
Good morning.
So, Daniel, congratulations on the launch of the series. It's certainly created a buzz and a lot of headlines, hasn't it?
Yep, it has, yeah.
How are you feeling about people finally seeing the series?
I think it's about time, isn't it? I think the UK's got a lot to sort of show off about. We've got some amazing real estate, and it's a glorious opportunity for all of us to sort of shine. So, yeah, really excited. And we get to do stuff like this. It's amazing.
Which is super fun, and that's definitely a great part of, you know, the entertainment industry. But you're also in charge of running a multi-million-pound business as well. So I don't know, how do you do that? How do you wear both of those hats, and do you enjoy it?
We love the opportunity. Right? As the boss, it's really tricky because we're building this business. We're the 6th most influential real estate business in the UK now, marketing very expensive homes. And running that ship, building it ourselves, and then doing the filming is labour intensive.
Yeah,
and you've got to find extra time. So it meant, you know, working from 6 a.m. till midnight sometimes. But it's worth it. it's worth it. It's a great opportunity.
Daniel's the big boss, Remy, in the office. He likes to swan around, he's quite mean, and cracks the whip. What's he actually like to work for?
He's cool. He's a really cool boss. I've been with, the thing is, I've been with him since he started the business, coming up to 4 years now. So I feel like I've seen the business grow so much. And I was a student when I first started, and now I've grown so much. And we went from a team of 4 to now nearly 40. So it's really crazy to see just like the growth and my growth and his growth in the business. It's really cool.
But to be honest, Daniel's always been, he was very open about how he thought that you were kind of the future of real estate, like, you know, in terms of social media and all those kind of things. Do you think that's the case?
Remy?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Remy,
in what way?
I think there's a lack of diversity in our industry.
Yeah.
And Remy represents a group of people that aren't particularly represented in our industry. And Remy's an expert, and she's young, and she's dynamic, and she's a creative. And she is now blaze-trailing, or trailblazing, however you want to call it, an industry and empowering other people and inspiring other people. And I think that's an amazing role. It's a little bit of weight on Remy's shoulders, but she's strong enough to do that.
But is she your favourite? Because that's the big...
Oh, let's not go into this.
Are you serious? Is she your favourite?
Because a part of these series... part of these series, of course, with Selling Sunset, which is the sort of the model of which Buying London has been designed around, is the drama. It's, yes, the property is... Well, some people will love. I love the property side of it. The drama side of it is not necessarily what I'm interested in, but it's a key feature. And Rosie, how do you girls feel about... Or not just girls in the office, Ollie's there as well, of course. But how do you feel about the fact that all that drama is played out as well? Because there's some quite tense moments, not least... Who is Daniel's favourite?
Good bringing it round.
I mean, I have to say, I love the property, so I try to stay out of any kind of drama. But I think if you put a camera in anyone's office for 6 months and you're focusing in their day-to-day, you're going to find some tension and some friction, and we're going to butt heads from time to time. So I think that's only natural. And at the end of the day, I do think we're all here to work, and I try to get on with everyone. I think we all get along quite well. It's had some quite brutal reviews, Daniel.
Has it?
Yeah. I think The Guardian gave it 0 stars, the most hateful TV series you'll ever watch. I mean, these things are always going to divide whether people love it or hate it. How do you all cope with that sort of focus?
I mean, look, I think if you go into watching a show like that with a level of expectation, thinking it's going to be a documentary and you're going to see all the nitty-gritty and how we do things, you're going in to watch something you shouldn't be watching. It's an entertainment show. It's meant to put a smile on people's faces and you know, let you sit there and chill out for an hour or whatever it is, the length of the episode. So I think you've got to go in knowing what you're going to watch.
Yeah.
And if you do that, it's great. We've coped unbelievably well with it. We're enjoying it. It's creating loads of business opportunities for us. And so... yeah, I think so. No?
I think we're coping well. I did a viewing yesterday at a house in Chelsea, and I met the buyers who came to visit the house. They watched the show and they were really enthusiastic about it. I then went to value their house around the corner, all off the back of, I think, the familiarity they had off the show. So I think...
So it's creating momentum that you need.
Yeah.
Oh, loads, absolutely
loads.
Which is key. One of the other criticisms is not all the houses have been in London or are in London. It's called Buying London, but actually you have to go quite far out of London for some of them. The first house we see is a house in Radlett. We can't have you on without getting you to talk about this house. Daniel, I think...
It's amazing.
It is an extraordinary house. Will you tell us about this?
Well, it's about 20,000 square feet in total, so I'll give you the details. There's 9 bedrooms, 4 garages, a lot of the accommodations on one floor, which is very unusual, loads of volume. There's even a bear in the series. You'll see it, not a live bear, but you'll see it if you watch the show. It's sat on 1.2 acres, and it's a mere £15 million.
It's not in London, though, Daniel.
It's very close to London.
No, it's not in London, is it?
But it's very close. I've been there. It's very close. It's very close.
And Remy, you've got a property in North London as well. What's this one?
So we've got a house in Stanmore. It's actually my neighbourhood, so I love Stanmore very much. It's a beautiful house, 6 bedrooms, just under 9,500 square feet. It's right next to the most amazing deer park. I went at the weekend, and it's got a beautiful nature reserve nearby, so it really is a fabulous house.
That's a bit close to London, but not quite.
No, it's in London.
Okay, hold on, we can say it's a stone's throw, because
Radlett's a boomerang. Rosie, you've got one that actually is in town for
We're
us.
getting warmer.
Tell us
This is
about
very
this
hot,
one,
isn't it?
where you've
I would
got
say
St
so.
Catherine's precinct.
Yes, exactly. So this is on the outer circle of Regent's Park, which is an incredible location. You have over 400 acres of parkland on your doorstep, as well as a 50-foot south-facing garden.
Wow.
So pretty spectacular. And we're just over 4,500 square feet and just under £11 million. So you can see, as you start to get a little bit closer to London...
I'm so blessed. I'm so honored, man. So, like, hearing it online, seeing people that, like, they're covering the song, you know? Like, somebody that came from doing covers of people's music first, to see people now covering it, it's such a beautiful... I don't know, I couldn't be happier.
It's a full circle thing, really, isn't it?
It's the best, man. It's the best. I could not be happier. I just, you know, what a life. Like, we get to do this, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny because you talk about manifestation too and how you manifested it and how these different people that you're performing with are on, like, they're on the same journey, they're on the same trajectory, but they're heading there at a different place.
Yeah.
Do you think the manifestation really helps?
I think that I always say this is my motto, like, make more promises. You know what I say? That, like, because if I love you, I'm never gonna lie to you. So I think the more sometimes I just lie through my teeth and I know I'm gonna make it happen. You know, and I don't know if that's just God, the universe, or like manifestation of something's gonna happen, or I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen, and my team's gonna do it. But whatever you do with manifestation, you just claim things. When you walk with faith and intention, whatever you believe in, I feel like just with taking a step with intention and faith is just like, it will happen. It will happen.
You'll get there.
Just talk.
There is the most extraordinary thing, Teddy, because hearing you sing, your voice is so extraordinary and powerful and soulful and gravelly, and it feels like it almost hurts you to sing it, like emotionally and physically. It was the last night of your tour in the UK yesterday. And when you came in this morning, Kat said, God, listen to his voice. He sounds like that voice, that graveliness. Is that something you've cultured, or is that naturally how you've always...
Yeah, well, I mean, I probably started smoking cigarettes or drinking very young, like way too young, you know what I mean? Like, but I think there's a piece of it just from being from the South and kind of growing up with I mean, even today, you can hear after 10 shows in 11 days we've been on, so I'm like already kind of starting to hurt, but I was terrible when we first started, man. I was just talking to a girl yesterday about my best friend Jesse, who plays guitar in my band still. Yeah. We were going and playing all the time. Our parents would drop us off at a movie theater, a cinema, and then they'd give us like $20, and instead of going to the movie, we would spend that $20 on what you expect 16-year-olds to spend $20 on, you know, and then like we'd just sit out there and play guitar and sing, and we sucked for so long. Like, we were so bad, dude. I'm telling you, we were so bad. Yeah. And I'm not gonna take away from the gift, though, because I think the gift is like the urgency, like the need, the desire to like want to be good and like to get good. But I did not start out good. Like nobody starts out knowing what they're doing. Nobody starts out just...
You've got to learn your trade.
You didn't just discover your voice, you know?
But the thing about you is you've always been very truthful. And there's actually something really real about everything that you write about your album, about your new single, The Door. That's a real moment in your life. And I think that's what people really identify and connect with.
And I think for me, that's what's so beautiful about it is that I get to do this job where, you know, there's things that are traumatizing in your life that happen to you and that are all to get their stuff out.
Because the song's about a sort of an abusive relationship that you found yourself in. That was actually sort of very toxic for you, for the partner you were with, and getting out of it was hard as well. We've got a guest coming on in a few moments who has also been in that scenario, in an abusive relationship, and the person in that relationship was sentenced to 20 months, 2-year suspended sentence. There's an amazing honesty about that, sort of having to deal with that, and you've been able to channel it through your music. I wonder how you reflect on that relationship now, because that is something that men face all the time, so being in relationships and getting stuck.
I think like I get to now, like that's The Doors, like the one that we end the show with, and when it comes on, we're all dancing, we're all celebrating, you know, and to celebrate that pain, to celebrate that, like to take something that was so negative in my life and make it a positive affirmation for me, and like to take care of my family with that negativity in my life and to take, like, just to recycle the, like, what was so traumatizing about that, to make it a joyous, like, to be able to celebrate pain. It's like such a...
To learn from it, yeah.
And it's so beautiful that we all together at a show get to dance and jump around to, like, this awful thing that happened and turn it into something so positive. I just, like, thank God I have this opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness you did, and thank you for joining us
today.
My
privilege.
It's absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much.
Please come back and see us
Please
again.
do.
There's so much more to talk about, including all the tattoos, which I'm absolutely fascinated.
Yeah, got to do it. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
Amazing stuff. Congratulations, Sydney.
Thank you so much.
I imagine it probably still feels a little surreal.
Not over it.
No.
It hasn't sunk in. What is my life?
Oh, but it's so exciting. Do you remember anything about that moment when they said, you know, because we were talking this morning, they take it down from 11. Like, it's a big moment on the show. I was watching it last night.
That was hideous.
Do you remember?
That was the most scariest thing ever. I was just shaking.
Yeah.
When we was, well, we all was. Me and Alex were just looking at each other and was like, this is terrible. This is terrible. It's like torture.
But you we lost one act at a time.
I know.
And then at the very end, it got to the two of you. Do you remember anything about that moment at all?
Not really. Not really. I just remember just shutting my eyes and then just punching the air. Like I'd, you know, scored a try at a rugby match. I just couldn't believe my life.
It was an extraordinary show. I think Simon described it as the best Britain's Got Talent final ever.
Oh my God.
Honestly, sitting at home and watching every single one of the acts that got through to the final was just brilliant and completely compelling.
They were amazing. And the best people as well. I've had so much fun. We have had a cracking laugh.
Yeah.
Seriously, and they are so good. Because I was last, I was like, no, why am I last? I was like, I've got to sit through it. So I was pacing.
Were you watching it, or were you trying to take yourself away from all of that?
I was watching it, I was clapping. I went in to watch Innocent. Absolutely amazing, made me sob. But to get my makeup sorted out, I was like, how am I going to go on now? It was so good. Everyone was amazing.
How are the nans doing as well? Are they basking in the glory? Slightly. I'm imagining that they're loving it.
Oh, my God, they're so proud.
Of course.
They are so proud. I'm so happy that they've been on this journey with me.
Yeah.
How lucky am I to say that?
You know, they'll turn around and say, how lucky are they to have you as their grandkids. When it came to choosing the song for the final, though, I mean, in terms of choosing that song, making sure that was the song you went for, did you have other ones that you were toying with?
It's so difficult because all my efforts went into my way to try and make that the way that it was, and because we created it. And then, really lucky, got through to the final. And then you have 3 days to whip up a song.
Yes.
And BGT helped me, and when they said that version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, I was like, I can't do that, because that's Lauren Ulred's version, and she's my idol. Like, I was like, please, I was like, do not get me to sing this song. And then, obviously, you put your own kiss on it and your own way. And Lauren was so supportive. I got a video from Lauren and I sobbed.
Oh, my days.
I couldn't... This is a ride that I don't want to get off of. Seriously, I'm so thrilled with my life right now. I can't believe it.
And it's just the beginning. Like, this is where the journey starts. Like, have you thought about the Royal Variety performance and performing for the King and...
That's amazing. I just want to shake. I just can't believe it. I can't wait. I can't wait, and I'm just so thankful that everyone sees something in me.
Oh, and then some. Do you know when rehearsals or planning for the Royal Variety begins?
I know nothing.
You know nothing?
Don't know anything.
You're still in a bit of a daze.
Yeah.
What about other stuff, though, since you've started this, Sydney? Have you been... Because I know your ultimate goal was always to be in the West End. You've come close. You've done some professional shows along the way here and there, but you've been working as a receptionist. But the chance to do it full-time, have you had any interest from any West End producers or any agents saying, do you know what?
Yep, I've had some interest from some really good agencies, and then it's just picking which ones right for you. But I think I'm hell-bent on an agency, just sorting things out, which is so exciting. And the people that are on their books, I just look at this page and I'm like, am I worthy enough to be on this page of these people? But these people that I have grew up watching, which
Inspired
is...
to be alongside.
Yeah. It's miracle.
Yeah.
And I know that, you know, that's the dream and that's the goal. That's what you want to do. But 250,000.
Oh, by the way,
well.
is it in the bank account yet? Have you checked? Did you go to the cash point last night and just put your card in to see? That's the first thing I would have done. Where's the money? Come on.
I still can't. It's sort of like it's not even about the money because this is just amazing. But
well, you haven't seen it in your bank account yet.
No, you sort of can't believe it.
What, have you got an idea in what you might? What's the first thing you're going to spend some of the money on?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Not a clue. I loved my singing coach on BGT, Annabelle Williams. She was amazing and got me through that. And I said to her, I was like, I can now afford you once a week. So I said that to her.
So the first thing is booking a load of lessons.
Yeah, absolutely. She's made me, in like 2 months, a better singer than I did when I went to college for 3 years. Do you know, like, she's just amazing and I just love her.
How did you celebrate last night?
Weatherspoons.
You went to you found the closest spoons you could find.
Yes, we needed a pint and we needed it now.
And a cheap pint at that as well.
Absolutely.
You couldn't have gone anywhere more exclusive, but was that the closest pub to the theatre?
Yeah.
Cold and wet.
I love Weatherspoons.
Yeah, who doesn't love a spoon?
Absolutely. It was
There's
amazing.
a reason why they're so popular.
Yeah.
So what happens now, do you know?
Not a clue, and that's the exciting bit about it. And I'm so ready to just throw myself into whatever opportunities there for me that'll have me.
Well, all we've got to say is buckle up because we think you've got very big things coming your way.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, we can't wait.
Have you handed in your notice at the gym yet?
My manager messaged me this morning and was like, oh, I guess I should put your shifts on the rota for other people to get cover.
Oh.
Bless her. I was supposed to go back into work on Tuesday, but I was like, probably, yeah. If that's all right.
Yeah, revel in the moment.
Ready to cover if you needed.
Of course, yeah.
Well, look, soak up every single moment of it. You've not been home yet. You're going home after this.
Yes.
So you catch up with the rest of the family and all your friends as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be a real celebration.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on.
Our pleasure.
Well done.
Thank you
Enjoy
for keeping
every
us
minute.
entertained. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Thanks, Sydney.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
We've been singing these tunes all day, haven't we?
Absolute tunes.
Furtado is here. Finally.
Hi.
Oh,
So
it's
good.
How
to
are
see
you?
How are
Really
things?
good to see you. And really good to see that you're back because we missed you.
Thank you. I missed you too.
What did you get up to when you was away?
Life. I have 3 children. My youngest are 6 and 5, and I changed a lot of nappies in that time away and picked popcorn off the floor, as many mums do. And and
Is
then
it nice to spend that time away from the industry though, just to have a little bit.
I do that often. Yeah, I do that often. And I write all my songs, so I need time to come away and just I've always, I don't know if she's come to mind, but I've always admired Sade. Yeah. How she kind of just goes poof, and then she goes poof and goes away.
So mysterious, right?
Yeah.
She just disappears.
Yeah, I just I feel like it's healthy. And it's just time to be human. And
You also need time to just be, don't you?
just be, live,
And when
just
you're
get
bringing
in
up a
touch with your
family,
heart a little bit.
you haven't got time to do anything else, basically.
Yeah. But I'm so passionate about music that when I got back to the studio, and I was kind of like a lost puppy. I just showed up, and then I realized how passionate I am, and I've never loved music more. I'm obsessed. I'm very obsessed.
You did get into the studio, and you got into the studio with your daughter as well, Nevi.
Of course, yeah, she's 20.
And did she influence you as well?
Yes.
I know you're on TikTok, and that's got to be Nevi.
She did. She just curated my Tiny Desk NPR performance. It's online. Very cool acoustic set thing that a lot of musicians do. And she came to the studio with me kind of early days. I spent 3 years making this new album, so she was still a teenager, 16, and we both realized, oh my God, music is it. Music is the thing.
I suppose it was always going to be that way, right? Because she must have been
Oh, I do like TikTok. Yeah.
She must have been brought up when you were, when you were around, right? When you were doing your stuff last time. So how old was she? Was she on the road with you when she was a baba?
She was. Oh yeah, we'd come here. You know, she'd been to Glastonbury twice by the age of 2.
Right.
Yeah, because I had headlined Glastonbury twice by the time I was 24 years old or 25. And I have a photo of her in a tie-dye onesie.
Yeah.
Like meeting
nice.
like a fairy, like a...
she was always going to be in the industry, wasn't she? She was always going to be part of this.
It's kind of weird, yeah. So now she's off doing her own thing in the business. But yeah, we've even like written a couple of tracks together.
The thing is, you go away, but your tracks just live on.
Yeah.
Like, your
Thanks.
fans are still listening to your music. You've got a new generation of fans now as well. I mean, that must feel lovely.
That's insane, yeah. I was at a show in Stockholm last week, and the whole front row was like 16 years old, and I couldn't believe it that, you make things, and I've never really followed trends. I just kind of do what I feel like doing when I'm in the studio and I make music. And so each time, sometimes it's a little risky and kind of like, oh, like I have a whole album in Spanish just randomly.
Really?
After, like loose. I'm like, I want to do Spanish, yeah. But nowadays, I see it's really paid off because it's like if you stay true to yourself, people remember that, and it's kind of in the music. You don't have to worry too much.
But you must feel so heartened that those songs, like on the radio last week, but I was playing like an old Nelly song. Because it's like, and I'll play it, and people have haven't heard this for ages.
Yeah, I know.
And know all the words to it. Do you know what I mean? It's like
that's so beautiful.
For that to stand the test of time, it's lovely.
Actually, on TikTok,
it doesn't happen for everyone.
You know what? I know it's weird, and there's so many remixes nowadays. Like I love remix culture and nostalgia, because like people can find your tunes in like very unlikely ways. There was this man, I think he was from the UK, he was on TikTok once, and he said he had discovered, this just sounds so like blasphemy, but he discovered Tupac through a SoundCloud remix of one of my songs, which I think is ridiculous.
Oh, amazing. That
but it was so like cute because it was so innocent, and he was probably 60 years old. But like, and like you said, like you never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
And
let's take a look at some new
now.
stuff. Let's take a look at the new single, which is Love Bite. Hey?
I like that.
Yeah, that's S.G. Lewis. He's a lad. He's from the UK.
And this weekend
so
you at
talented.
Mighty Hoopla.
If it's not too muddy, is it okay? I'm going to buy some wellies.
You've got to go anyway.
Where do you get those good
So you're a
wellies?
Glastonbury veteran. You'll be fine. Mud's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, we're so excited for Mighty Hoopla. It's my first time playing here in like 15 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, that is right.
But you've done a couple of, like you said, Stockholm. So you've done.
I've been gigging the last 2 years. I've been back out on stages and just like, it's been great.
We are so happy to have you back. You look incredible.
Thank you, so do you.
And we're looking forward to seeing you on the weekend. And let's talk about this new single. It's called Love Bites, and it's out now. Go buy it.
Yeah, it's out. It's fun. Let's dance. Let's go. Keep dancing. Keep dancing.
And can we do a TikTok, please?
Oh my God, I'd love to do a TikTok.
Let's do a TikTok.
It's my favourite
You
thing.
two. Living with you.
Yes. Let's do it.
Nelly's new single, Love Bites, is out now. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning. Yes!
Oh, Queen. Oh, it takes you back, doesn't it? Down memory lane. It's so lovely.
And then at the end, just as a little took us forward, was
Yeah.
that the final track, the new one?
Yes,
Is this your first ever solo?
It is. People say, oh, have you not done stuff before? And I've never released anything into the charts as a solo artist.
What?
So my first single, Edge of Us, is out today.
Can I just say,
Congratulations.
Tune,
babe.
It's an absolute tune.
The Edge of Us, out now.
How
Wonderful.
proud are you that you've got to this moment in your life? I mean, I feel like it should have been sooner. This is just my own personal opinion.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Life takes over. I've raised a big family. I've got 5 kids. I kind of fell out of love with music along the way, and then found my way back. And I'm just glad I stuck with it, because I think it would always have been a big regret if I didn't do it. There was always a bit of an itch that needed scratching with music.
Yeah.
When you say you fell out of love with music, how and why? How did that happen? Was it just that life took over, or were you just sort of a bit done with the industry?
Yeah, a bit traumatised. I had 5 really intense years with Atomic Kitten, and when that came to an end, it was really abrupt. I wasn't too well at the time, and you were in this bubble for 5 years, and then
everyone just disappears. And you're like, where's my friends? Where's all the people that I've been with for 5 years? And it was really relearning life all over again. And I'm finding new friends and where you fit in life. It was hard.
That a time where you realised who your real friends actually was?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have come and gone on the friendship level. But I've got some, you know, hardcore friends that are still there now, and they're amazing, and they've got my back no matter what.
So going back to, like, early doors, remind us how did it come about, and when did you realise it went big? Because it went very big for you quite quickly, didn't it, with Atomic?
Worldwide big.
Yeah, well, Whole Again was the turning point. So I was 16 when I signed my record deal.
No.
Yeah.
And what were you like? Were you just auditioning at the time, or were you like?
Yeah. Well, there was an advert in the Liverpool Echo looking for girls with attitude. Hello. Hi.
In what's Natasha?
But my mum saw it and phoned up, and I came back from college. I was in Performing Arts College, and she said, "Oh, I've got you an audition for a girl band." And back then, I was doing loads of auditions.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, great. And then I turned up on the Friday to this recording studio, and Andy McCluskey, who was the lead singer from OMD, was there because he put the band together.
Right.
Kerry and Liz were already in the band, and they were looking for the third member. And they kept me there all day. I ended up recording vocals on Right Now, which ended up being Atomic Kitten's first single. And some of my vocals on the actual single were from the audition.
No!
Yeah. It went really well for me, and it was 2 years until Whole Again came out, but that was the turning point.
Totally.
Straight away when
the thing is, like on T4 and I was doing the Bigger Breakfast and stuff, you would get girl bands and boy bands coming in, and, you know, I don't want to disrespect any of them, but you would see them coming to, and you could tell quite early like how they got on, how big they were going to be.
Really?
In terms of what the record company maybe believed in them or where the talent was. So it took a lot to punch through then, I think, didn't it? Because the marketplace was so flooded.
But we were hungry, you know, we were just three normal working-class girls just with this opportunity in our hands, and we definitely ran with it.
You worked so hard,
We
didn't
did.
you? I mean, you went all over.
We
You went
did.
to Asia.
We did, we went everywhere.
Did you go on, like, private jets and all that sort of stuff?
We did.
Oh, my
But the best thing about the private jet was actually taking our mums, because I remember once myself and Liz took our mums over to Cannes. Darling, you know, as you do.
French Riviera.
Yeah, and they were in the back eating the posh canapes and sipping champagne, you know, living the high life. And, you know,
they're the moments you remember, right?
Yeah, I remember
the stuff
that.
you can do for your family.
Yeah, you're never going to really get another chance to do stuff like that.
Natasha, tell us about the whole Kylie tie-in here when you were with the Kittens. So did Kylie... And did you have Can't Get You Out of My Head, or it was kind of the two of you? And then Kylie ended up doing backing vocals on one of your songs.
So I Can't Get You Out of My Head was put out there, like, who wants it?
Yeah.
And
is that how it worked?
Yeah, back in the day. So the A&Rs, the head of your label, would get the song, and our A&R had it, and so did Kylie's, and she pipped us, which I'm, you know, obviously...
Kylie.
She's an icon.
It's Kylie!
Come on,
yeah.
it's Kylie.
Yeah, and then she also submitted a song for one of our albums that we ended up recording called Feels So Good. And her BV stayed...
Give this a crack. Like, what was it? Did you sit down and start writing with a team, or what was
I think it was
the moment?
lockdown for me, because when everything was taken away, it was, what do I actually want to do?
Yeah.
And it was always music. So I got back in, well, I was doing virtual studio sessions back then. And then fast forward maybe a year or two, I met my new manager, Kem, who's here today. Love you. And he just saw the love and the passion that I had. He got me in with new writers, my producers, Dot Inc. and Gabby, love you. We sat down and we created some fantastic, like, dance, pop vibe
And it's
music,
so-
and now we've got The Edge of Us.
Well, tell us about what's it all about, The Edge of Us? Is this like a breakup of a relationship when you're on the edge of saying, do one?
1,000,000%. I think a lot of people can relate to being in a relationship that doesn't serve you no more, but the thought of walking away is terrifying. And in the song, I'm saying, like, enough is enough. Like, I'm done. And it's having that strength to say, this isn't for me, this isn't good for me, so I'm off.
Can I just say, the flat lipstick, you're killing it. You look amazing in that video.
You know, when I was filming this scene, my kids arrived with my husband, and they were literally like, Mum, is that
Who are you?
Yeah. Is that you?
I think you'll find that was my makeup artist who did that. That was Mikey.
Oh, I
he
love
did
his
that
work.
Very talented.
He's very talented. We're so excited for you.
And I'm actually releasing this through my own record label. I've gone totally independent. Like, I'm in charge. I am the boss. Like, Morpho Music Group has been born this year.
Yes.
And I just feel like I did it a certain way that I don't want to do, and I want to be in control of
Now
everything.
it's the Tash Ham way.
Yes.
What's going on? Natasha Hamilton, thank you so much. Natasha's new song, The Edge of Us, is out now. Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning. Now, it's estimated that in the UK, more than half of us develop a heart condition in our lifetime.
Whilst keeping active can reduce your risk, anyone can find themselves with a heart problem and in need of life-saving assistance.
Yeah, as former professional footballers Graham Souness and Glenn Hoddle never expected their hearts to let them down, but that's exactly what happened, and they're here now to share their stories with us. Morning to both of you.
Morning. So good to see you.
I mean, I'm excited that you two are on the sofa.
Legends.
Did you two play against each other that often?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Is that why you're sat quite far apart?
Let me get my bruises out. I'll just show you my bruises. Let me tell you, there's a guy coming on later that broke 7 of his ribs. I tried many times to break his ribs. I never achieved that.
But you two are so iconic. Like, so this week I went to go and see Boys from the Black stuff, at the National Theatre, and you get a mention because you're the youth.
I starred in it for 15 seconds.
You did, I remember it.
Shall I just go through some of the things that they've done? Graham, let's start with you. You captain Liverpool FC, made 176 league appearances, won 5 First Division titles, 3 European Cup trophies, and you captain your national team of Scotland. Amazing. Glenn? You made 490 appearances with Tottenham Hotspurs, where you won back-to-back FA Cup titles in 1981, 1982, and went on to represent England 53 times, including 2 World Cups, and would cap your England career at teams manager between 1996 and 1999. Wow. What careers?
What careers? But also, you keep in great shape after you retire, and yet we are here talking about your hearts. So, Graham, let's start with you, because I never forget when I heard you had a bypass, because you were so young, and it was the first time we'd really heard about a fit sportsman having heart issues.
I was diagnosed with having 3 arteries that were severely blocked. I'm Scottish. Celtic people unfortunately suffer from coronary artery disease more than any other, certainly in Britain, anyone else. It was a shock to me.
So was this running in the family history?
Yeah, I had 2 uncles died in their 30s. My father had the operation when he was 72. But it was still a shock at 38. You know, I'm 30, I was manager of Liverpool. I was doing everything the players were doing, except playing on a Saturday afternoon. I actually had the bug of, when I finished playing, I couldn't stay out of a gym. You know, I was going in the gym sometimes three times a day, if not 3, certainly twice a day. So for me to be diagnosed with that was a shock. And this is a really scary part for anyone watching this who may run marathons, who play squash or paddle tennis or are really, really fit, go to the gym every day. There could be something going on in your body that you need to get looked at. Family history is a big indicator. High blood pressure, cholesterol levels. They're things you must get checked out. I mean, you have a young lady working here who I spoke to her 2 days about what we're going to say today on what we're going to talk about. Her father runs marathons. He's been diagnosed with a dangerous level of the wrong cholesterol. So you've got to get it checked out, even if you think you're super fit.
Did you feel any when you were?
No,
you didn't know symptoms
no
at all?
signs.
Nothing.
So you just went to the doctor to get a checkup because you knew it was in the.
I was struggling to sleep.
Yeah.
Went for ECG. Nothing to worry about. They said there's a couple of signals that are maybe whatever it might be, something you've got going on in your life. And then I went for an ECG on a treadmill. And I did, I think it's called the Bruce Protocol. It's 21 minutes. I got up to about 17 minutes, 18 minutes, which no one does unless you're super, super fit. He said, yeah, there's some signals, but the only other thing you could do is have an angiogram with going at the groin. But if it was me, I wouldn't bother. So a month went by, I decided to go for it. And I was diagnosed with having 3 arteries that were blocked and needed operating on.
Glenn, your story is like almost totally different because you're into retirement, keeping fit, and out of nowhere you have cardiac arrest. And cardiac is, like you were just saying in the break, very different to to having a heart attack?
I didn't know that at the time, to be honest. I thought a heart attack was a heart attack, but a cardiac arrest is almost like your electrics failing, and a heart attack is your plumbing, if you like. That's what the surgeon told me, to simplify it. But again, like Graham, I had no idea. I think a cardiac arrest is, it doesn't tap you on the shoulder and say, look, I'm coming, I'm coming. I didn't feel anything. So it could happen to anyone here on this floor. I was actually in the BT studios when it happened. I was very, very lucky because you have to, with a cardiac arrest, you have to be there within 3 minutes. If not, doing CPR. If not, you're in big, big trouble. You know, every minute that goes by, you're going to lose 10% of your life. And if it's not done quickly... I mean, the defibrillators are very, very important. Yes, they are. But the CPR is what's needed instantly, and that's what I got from Simon, who's going to join us later.
Yes, let's talk about Simon, because you would not be here if it wasn't for this man. Simon, coming in, because he's a sound engineer, and he was actually working the day that you were there. I think you were doing... weren't you? It was your birthday, first of all.
It was my birthday, so, as I say, what a gift this man gave me. Oh. What a gift on my birthday.
You weren't supposed to be working, were you?
To save me life. I wasn't meant to be working. I was meant to be with my kids and my grandchildren, having a little party, you know, on that day.
Yeah.
And last minute, we changed the date. They asked me to go in on the Saturday for some reason. And if my kids had said, no, we can't do it, Dad, we changed the date. We did it on the Friday instead of the Saturday, and I was actually where Simon was.
Simon, you're a familiar face here at ITV, so you were working as a sound engineer then. The miracle for me is you weren't in the catering tent, which is like if you're a sound engineer.
There's usually cameras. There's usually cameras.
As soon as you go on telly, you're like, you guys did that right. Tell us what you remember from that day. What were you doing?
I mean, I can remember the day vividly, exactly as it happened. We'd just done a live programme. Glenn was one of the guests. Glenn was playing football on the studio floor with Robbie Savage.
As you do.
As you do. We came off air at 12:30. I walked out the sound control room onto the studio floor. Glenn was still kicking a football around with Robbie. Went to kick the football, fell straight back, went into cardiac arrest. 5 minutes earlier, that would have been live on TV.
Do you know that straight away when you saw it because you're trained? Did you know what...
Robbie shouted for help. I ran over to help and quickly realised Glenn was seriously unwell. Did the usual checks. Glenn wasn't breathing, he had no pulse. And I rolled him onto his back, started doing CPR, shouted for an ambulance, a defib.
Wow, well done.
And then London Air Ambulance
By that
turned up.
time, I'm out. I've collapsed and unconscious. The next thing I knew, all this work that Simon did on me, I woke up in the hospital later that night.
Where did you learn how to do CPR, Simon?
So at the time, I was actually a volunteer special constable for Thames Valley Police. So every year we have to do first aid training. And I'd only done my refresher course about 2 months before Glenn had his cardiac arrest.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's one thing to know how to do CPR. It's another to step up and go, right, this is it now. We have to do it. Because every minute counts, doesn't it?
Every minute matters, absolutely. And I don't think people should be afraid of doing CPR because, as we've said many times, if someone's having a cardiac arrest, you're not going to make them any worse.
Yeah, that's true.
And like Graham said, you broke 7 ribs, didn't you?
I broke 7 of Glenn's
I've tried to do that many times. I never got near them.
Actually, they're nearly healed up now.
It's just about, you know, taking action. Yeah. And if you talk to the ambulance service, they will talk you through how to do CPR.
This is a campaign we're involved in with the British Heart Foundation. The aim is to get 270,000 people to learn how to do CPR. Already we're at 35,000. Yeah. That's after a month. So anyone watching this, please learn to do it. You can imagine a scenario. Don't imagine a scenario that you're maybe with a family member and they go down and you don't know what to do. And that time that you're hesitating, but not every minute counts, every second counts.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
You know, his story about getting into him and fiercely going after him with pressure and breaking his ribs, you know, he was dead. He ain't going to hurt him anymore. He was dead. So every second, it's not, we talk about every minute, but every second counts. And you can learn to do this in 15 minutes. Go to Google British Heart Foundation Reviver, and that'll take you through the process. All you need is a cushion to practice on.
Yeah.
And just listen to it carefully, and within 15 minutes, you could be in a position that further down the road, you could possibly save someone's life. It's so important.
There's 30,000 out of hospital cardiac arrests every single year, and currently only 1 in 10 survive. So having early CPR, yes, it's the chain of survival, CPR, defib, ambulance service, hospital. The hospital can't do anything if the patient doesn't make it there.
Yeah. I feel like this should be learnt in schools.
Well, it is, yeah. There was we did a campaign soon after I came out of hospital. It was already on its way, but now it has been passed. And I think schools, because kids remember, don't they? It goes in and stays in.
Definitely.
They might not need it the year after they leave school, but my word, at some stage they might be able to. And you save someone's life.
And the British Heart Foundation are pushing this forward with the campaign at Wembley. Yeah. David Gilliland was there, Tom Lockyer, Glenn, Graham. It's being supported by Sky Bet. They've donated a lot of money. I think the donation so far is like 385,000, which will go towards research. So it's really, really important that everybody learns CPR.
So the British Heart Foundation's Every Minute Matters campaign, you want to train 270,000 people CPR over the next 12 months, right?
There's 5 people have an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest. 5 people every 90 minutes. That's a football match. So when you're watching a football match from the start to the finish, there's going to be 5 people who fall over and they're literally dead unless someone gets on them.
And it's a half-time of 15 minutes where it take you to learn to train.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's all we've done it all around football.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Thank you for joining us. We're so appreciative. And also, we've got the This Morning app. If anyone wants to learn how to train, we've got our doctors
all
actually going through,
there,
through that as well.
British Heart Foundation, Reviver. Please do it.
15 minutes.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Lovely. Ant Stevens joining us now. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's nice to be here.
Look at this Bristol.
Well, I know, it's the Bristol Mafia, isn't it?
About time.
Yeah, finally.
About time you guys
taking over TV.
And I said they must have something in the water. Can we just stand up? Because I'm very tall, you're very tall. How tall are you?
6'7".
I'm nearly 5'11", 177 centimetres.
Oh, 5'11", yeah, I remember. I must have been about 12.
Yeah.
When I was 5'11". Yeah.
My friend about this during the break, Josh went, we might be related. And I said, Steve, do you have any Gibsons in your family? He said, no. So you're basing that on just the fact that you're both quite tall?
Tall, yeah.
And from Bristol.
Yeah. But we are tall, aren't we?
Who's got the thicker accent, would you say?
Oh, hang on. Let me shut my eyes.
Hello, my name's Stephen Merchant.
Oh, don't go all taunting on me.
I've got a bit posher.
Hello, my name's Josie.
That sounded like you've never sounded before. So if you say going all Taunton, does that mean going quite posh?
Well, taunt up the motorway a bit. They get a bit posher, don't they, Stephen? Whereabouts in Bristol are you from?
I'm not giving that information.
Oh, right, OK, then, all right. Let's talk about the outdoors.
This theoretically could be a very different interview. I could leave now for the next 10 minutes. You could just talk.
Do you ever go to the Blue Bowl?
Listen, congratulations on the 3rd series of Outlaws.
Thank you so much.
It's good to see you doing the 3rd series as well.
Yeah, I've not done a 3rd series of any show before. Always ended things... Yeah, early.
For people who haven't watched it, what's happened? So where are we and what's happened so far and where do we find your characters?
In Series 1, 7 people from Bristol, from different walks of life, not major criminals, did minor crimes, got community service, found a big bag of cash. Series 2, they had to pay back the crime lord whose bag of cash it was. Yeah. Series 3, they think they're moving on with their lives, they think they've put that behind them, and then one of the characters shows up with a dead body in the back of a car. Right.
Never.
And they're dragged back into the...
And they still want community service?
A few of them are still doing community service, yes. All right, come on. Don't pick holes in it, just enjoy it.
No, it's just a long...
They're just doing 500 hours of community service.
You've got an incredible cast.
Amazing cast.
Jessica Gunning, who's gone absolutely huge at the moment, with Baby Reindeer.
Right.
I mean, what's she like to work with?
She is an absolute joy. She sent in an audition tape and I had absolutely no notes. She was so perfect and she just came and she just cracked it. Every scene, she was brilliant. She just elevated it, always brought something new. And this series, we actually made her one of the writers as well. So she was in the writing team and she wrote the final episode with me. Yeah,
that must be, Stephen, one of the loveliest things in your job is when you, and you've seen it at the office as well, when you see and give young actors a chance or actors that have just been jobbing actors for a while a chance, and you see them then soar and then they get other offers off the back of it and do really well. It must be
I'm
one of
very
those...
proud of them and then also resentful that I'm not getting a cut of their future earnings. You know, I feel like if I could have had some of Martin Freeman's Hobbit money, I bet that was pretty good, right?
I think you're doing all right.
Yeah, should have put a Hobbit clause in the contract. I love the... I mean, how you got... I remember Stephen came on the radio show and told me how he got Christopher Walken, because the first series, everyone was... That was the first question, wasn't it? Like, how did you get Christopher Walken?
To Bristol.
And he sold that Christopher Walken... That Bristol was like... Was it San Francisco?
Like San Francisco. Well, it makes sense, because it's quite hilly, and it's sort of got a big suspension bridge. It's on the water. It's quite arty. It is.
It does add up.
San Francisco, right?
Stephen, where did the idea for the Outlaws come from? Is it because your mum was she a prison community officer?
She was involved with community service, but she would like me to emphasise that she was supervising criminals, that she wasn't one of them.
Right.
And yes, and she used to tell me about the sort of people, the Bristol people that came through the door, and they always just sounded like such an interesting kind of mixed bag of people, some of whom went to my school, and she would sometimes see them. In fact, one of them, who was a right little thief, I saw him in one of Bristol's poshest restaurants when we were filming. I thought, how has he got a reservation? I only got in here because I'm on the telly. And on the way out, I said to the maitre d', I said, you better count the cutlery when that guy leaves. So they're all still around. But yes, she told me about all these different people that did community service, and I just thought it was an interesting backdrop for a show, you know, because I hadn't sort of seen that as a way into a crime thriller.
Had you had that in your psyche
that since
for
I was
a
in
while?
my teenage years. Yeah, I just always thought it was an interesting idea.
It's great that you sort of, you know, germinated away.
Yeah, just percolated there. And I think I liked the idea of doing a crime story, but it wasn't just directly about criminals or cops. It was relatively ordinary people who get drawn into this crime story.
Because when you did Series 1, it was in the pandemic, wasn't it? So it was tricky to film.
It was a nightmare because we were filming, you know, and obviously I'd promised Walken that I'd show him around Bristol, you know, all the highlights, the Blue Bowl pub, all of them. And obviously I couldn't. He just had to get sent back to his hotel every night, and that's why. But we did eventually manage. I did manage to take him on a little excursion.
Oh, where'd you take him?
Wait for this.
All right.
Stonehenge.
Oh, brilliant.
Me and C. There you are. Look at him. He looks like he's won a competition. And
what was your trip to Stonehenge with Christopher Walken like?
Extraordinary. I mean, it's a highlight of my life.
Does he talk a lot while he's...
No, he's quite a quiet man. He's quite a reflective man, Christopher. And for about an hour, he didn't say anything. And then I wish I could do the impression, but after a while, he just went, apparently, the bluestones have healing properties.
They do.
I thought, wow, this is profound. And then the sun was setting. It was quite mystical.
Yeah.
And then he said to the woman who was showing us around, can I touch the stones? And she was so West Country and so British, she just went, no, you can't touch them. No. I thought he's an Oscar winner. Nope.
Is he good chat? Do you get good stories out of him at like lunchtime and stuff? Does he talk about the old days?
He will. He'll definitely talk about stuff. Yeah, but he's not a verbose man. He's just quite thoughtful, quite meditative. You know, and you'll just sort of chat with him, and you'll ask him a question, and he'll sort of think about it and give you an answer, and then he'll go quiet, and you'll think, is he thinking or is he buffering? It's like he's like having a Zoom conversation in person. You're like, is he still there? You know, but he's just thinking. He's just a very thoughtful guy, just a very reflective guy. I love him. He's amazing.
Yeah. You never touched the stones at all? Because I've been to parties in there.
You haven't?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Don't tell. Don't know. But years ago. I've got to ask, do you wish you'd done The Office for longer?
Do I wish I'd done The Office for longer?
Yeah.
Well, I just think it's interesting now I've done a third series. I think, oh, we could have squeezed out another series.
Yeah.
But at the time, we were young and carefree, and we thought, oh, we'll just... And I think we just felt we'd run out of steam and we didn't have anything else to say. But I think probably we could have kept going. But then, obviously, the American version has proven that, we could well have kept it going.
Oh,
they did, 9 series or something.
Listen, thanks for joining us, man. Series 3 of The Outlaw starts on Thursday, 9 o'clock on BBC One.
Oh, they say you should meet your heroes. I'm so glad I've met mine.
So nice of you to say. Thank you so much. See you down the Blue Ball.
See you down the Blue Ball.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
We are joined now by Britain's Got Talent judge, Bruno Tonioli.
Hello, my darling. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. And what a judge. Honestly, you have livened up that show a bit, ain't you? Come on.
I love it. I just enjoy it. You know, I don't feel like I'm judging. I feel like I'm part of it. Because I've done all of that. We've all done it, auditioned, went back. I'm on their side. And what I found very, very exciting and inspiring is the amount of incredible talent out there. I don't make it up.
Every year.
I mean, it's insane. It really is, because we have no idea what's going on. I turn up and I see something that inspires me, made me cry, or is completely demented, which is part... I'm sorry, am I supposed to say that? But I mean, we get the whole range of the real variety.
So, semi-final, fast approaching. How are you feeling about the live shows?
Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see, because, we already have more or less of an idea, because we've seen them before. So it's going to be nerve-wracking, because the level of talent is so high.
It's crazy.
And what I'm interested in is to see how they're going to play it. And who's going to stand out, because we know they're good. They are good.
But also, when you stick when you stick live TV into the mix, like it's one thing to go out there and have your moment in front of a live audience and just sort of, you know, the one time. The kind of what I used to say on X Factor was like, it's their FA Cup final. They go out and have a great moment. Yeah. It's another thing to be consistently good on live television.
And there is the nerve.
The pressure of that.
Yeah, because, you know, you've done the X Factor, you know, this kind of show. There is this moment that in which they stand out. But when you go back, sometimes you can freeze because you go, oh my God, this is it. This can change really can change my life. Yeah. And I always say, just don't think about it. Breathe, give, think about the public, think about giving everything you have, but don't get into your head about this, you know, everyone is here, 80 millions are gonna watch all over the world. You just stick to your performance, stick to your heart.
When you started out, Bruno, did you know that early on when you was a dancer? Did you know straight away, just enjoy it, or was you in that position?
It happens now. I mean, I still have this, you know, before I do a show, I still have... Oh my God! Oh yeah, terrible. And I'm like that. I mean, that cast guys, I'm going like, yeah, because I care.
But I like that.
But then instead of making that stop you, allow it to give you the energy to express yourself. And don't worry if you go wrong, if you miss a note. That is not the point. If your performance is true, powerful, and it connects with the audience, you've got it.
Yeah. It was the same on the X Factor. You rarely get the best singer winning the show. You know, you got someone who's an incredible voice, but someone who just
But it's the connection. It's the connection. I think technique alone does not make a great performer. Technique is just a tool that allows you to perform, but is the connection. Is people that you see, like when we had Taryn. You know, there were a few. You know, it wasn't absolutely perfect, but she sang with her body. Yeah. Her whole being was part of the song.
And of course, she was one of your golden boys.
Of course, I mean, I had to.
You couldn't let her go.
I mean, she gave you her life. Same with my boys.
Wow, it's unbelievable. The thing is, you're the only one who's broken the rules. You've buzzed twice. You're not supposed to use the buzzer.
Well, I didn't know the rule.
You're not supposed to buzz the buzzer twice, and then you broke the buzzer.
I know, I broke that, but I mean... I have to be honest, I've asked Simon, I said, well, are there any rules? Because before season one. And he said, I know that, but I keep forgetting. Anyway, they always get me because, you know, I always take everything for face value. Yeah. All right, so you do what you want, darling. Well, I did. Yeah.
They're going to have to make the buzzers Bruno-friendly now, aren't they?
Well, now they have to reinvent it because it has never broken before. And somehow I did one of my martial arts, and the whole thing collapsed. So now they have to do Bruno-proof.
Bruno-proof. Yeah. Bruno, it's a lovely moment though, and you know you got Taryn, you got the Phoenix Boys, and when you gave the Phoenix Boys a buzz, there was quite an impassioned speech about being a dancer and how hard it is to being a jobbing dancer.
Yeah,
you know, because people look at it and go, "What a wonderful career."
Yeah, they think they're dancing. Oh yeah, they come and jump about. Dancing is a vocation. It's incredibly hard to succeed. You know, how many times I've auditioned, how many jobs I've been turned down for. And you do it for love. And those kids on that stage gave me really the essence of passion and love for the craft. Yeah. You know, it just moved me.
And they take you back to how it used to be.
And it takes you back in situations that, but not just me, or every performer had to go through that process. And I thought, I mean, they were just wonderful, 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 inspirational. You know, they love what they do.
And do you love being a judge now? It must be nice that you know, your career has just taken off. It's wonderful. Do you love being a judge?
Oh, I love being a judge. I mean, again, because I have a connection to all of this, you know, then the great thing about BGT, it allowed me to draw from all my experience out in the industry. Because I've been it'll be my 50th year in September.
Stop it.
Since my first job in the theatre. And I've done everything, and I know what it's like. Success hasn't come to be delivered on an envelope. No. It took me a very long time, and it is hard work.
Well, listen, Bruno, we appreciate your hard work. It's great to have you here with us as well. Britain's Got Talent continues this Saturday, 7:30 on
can't wait.
ITV.
I can't wait either.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
how 18 years since she first stepped into the den, Deborah Meaden has changed the lives of countless entrepreneurs.
I was in the zone then because I was reading this and
that.
I was like, this is brilliant. This should be on the syllabus.
I know.
Now she's sharing the knowledge that has made her one of the UK's most successful businesswomen. She releases a new book to help younger generation with their finances.
Now, Deborah's here now to tell us all about the brand new book. I know you've done another book before this, haven't you?
I did. So I wrote a book for 6 to 9-year-olds because actually we start forming our money habits as early as 5.
Really?
Is that right?
Absolutely. And that's usually through example. You know, how are your parents spending their money? So I wrote that book and I sort of sat back and thought, you know, and I did it because I thought it was a book that needed writing and gave myself about 5 minutes and then realised that there was a massive gap for the next generation. And they're the ones who are facing into careers. You know, they're the ones who are getting a bit anxious about life. So that's why
so what age range would you say this should be for?
Well, it's from 12 to 16, but I do say a lot of years either side because actually the amount of adults who have said, I didn't know how crypto worked until I read your book, you know, it's whoever thinks will find it helpful.
We were saying this in the break. There's a certain implied knowledge. We think that people, everyone, myself, like, you know, you think you're sort of sold these products and there's a sort of like, well, you know the basic level of this. And that's just great to have it completely explained from the base. I mean, this should be taught at schools.
Yeah, well, you're right. I shouldn't have to write the book. You know, this should be stuff that is known. But it's so true. Things like crypto, they've just entered the vernacular. People talk about them as if we all know how crypto works and all know what Bitcoin is.
I haven't got a clue.
Exactly. And that book starts from the beginning.
Really?
You know,
but even if it's something that, like, you know, because crypto is an option, right? We can choose to, but even something that's definitely going to impact on our lives, whether that's inflation, interest rates,
a mortgage,
the base rate inflation, mortgage. You know, those things are just so important for everyone. Like you said, there's just assumed knowledge that we all know what that means.
Yeah. Well, I remember, and actually I was quite lucky because we did talk a lot about money. We didn't have a lot when I was small, so there was a lot of conversation about money. But you're kind of let out into the world, you know, expected to know stuff that you've never been taught. Why would you?
It's the weirdest thing. And you say that you didn't have much growing up. Do you think that was a plus for you when you look back?
Do you know, this isn't true for everybody because, you know, I was in a safe environment but my mother literally, she, you know, got divorced. I was 18 months old. She had nothing. She didn't take any money at all. She took 2 children. That was it. And the gift in that, it was tough, and it was tough for her. It wasn't tough for us. But the gift in that is that I saw an example of how you know, what you can do to build your life out of that. And I said that's not true for everybody, but I felt it was a bit of a gift for me.
Yeah.
Deborah, how could this be? How could money management be on the school curriculum? Should it be the fact that everyone should be doing economics as a GCSE? Should this be taught? I mean, how do you think tangibly this could be rolled out?
It needs to start very, very young. Money threads through everything we do in life. It shouldn't be taught as a separate subject. It needs to be referred to. Yeah, that's not true. Of course, there are certain aspects of it that, you know, technically you need to know how to understand it. But it needs to be taught from a very, very young age because it's not this separate thing. You're not going to get through life, you know, if you don't understand money, you know.
Yes, that begins at home, though, doesn't it? And it's not necessarily through sitting kids down and talking to them. It is like your mother did, leading for example.
Absolutely right. But talking to them as well, and we're not good at that. You know, it's called Deborah Meaden Talks. We don't like talking about money. It's weird. You know, we're not really very good at it.
It is weird. Because I don't know why we don't talk about money more and give each other advice. I can remember a piece of advice Rylan always said to me. He said, make sure whenever you get paid, Alison, half it and put it in another account. Because we have to sort our own tax, national insurance and everything. Just half your money, put it in another account.
Brilliant advice, because actually your tax is never going to be half. So you also get a bit of a bonus at the end of it. You pay your tax and instead of thinking, oh, no, I can't pay my tax bill, what you actually think is, I've got some more money.
And you know, in that account, that's my money. I can spend that, but that I can't.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, we covered a piece in the news earlier on about kids kind of being incentivised to do chores around the home for a bit of pocket money. And it was largely sort of positive. Do you think it's a good idea?
I do think it's a good idea, but I also think that there's a part... We also need to learn that it's OK to do things for nothing.
Yeah.
You know, there's OK to charge for things. And I talk about this. This isn't a get-rich-quick book.
Yeah.
This is a how to have a happy and healthy relationship for money. And part of that is doing things for free. You know, that's rewarding in itself. And knowing what you should help people out with and actually what you can charge for, you know.
And the weirdest thing is, when you do some things for free, it leads on to something. You actually might meet somebody where you get a job. You might meet a new friend. Yeah. It's actually a good thing to do things for free sometimes. I always say to my son, do you know what? Because he says, oh, no, I'm not getting paid for this gig. I go and do it. Because you're getting your skills. You're still doing your skills. You're still doing your DJing. Go and do a freebie. It's fine to do that.
And experience is so valuable.
Yeah,
you know, you'd pay for experience and, you know, giving something for free is a way of getting it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, but you always seem to be, like, the empathetic face of entrepreneurship. So, you know, there's something kind of quite unpalatable sometimes when people are just chasing the profit for profit's sake and to hell with whatever
I saw
gets
the
in the
clip
way.
you showed me earlier and I didn't look very empathetic, although I did invest in him.
Right. But you, what I love about you is there's always a human cost to everything here. And I think, is that, how important is that if you are starting a business? Because, you know, I've just been filming in Ireland and every single place I go about food, every single place I go, is people say it's all about people. It's the investment in people.
All about people. Do you know, I was part of a study about leadership and 10,000 people across the world were interviewed, and the key thing in terms of the difference between leadership and management was empathy.
Wow.
People follow empathetic leaders, you know, because you're tuned into the world, you know when there's something not quite, you know, this isn't quite right here, we need to... It's in your gut.
Yeah, it's in your gut.
Empathy is really, really important.
Yeah.
It's amazing how few people that are top of their game, like, you know, some people seem to lack that. You know, there's statistic like quite a lot of psychopaths CEOs.
Well, it's quite dangerous when you get to be a CEO because, of course, you think everybody agrees with you, so you think you're right all of the time, you know. And it's I always encourage. Listen, if we're sitting in a meeting, if we're sitting in a room full of people, I want you to challenge me. I don't care how robust I am. I don't care how much I sound really. I need challenging, you know. And
so
you know
listen.
what? If I get out of order, tell me about it.
Yeah,
you know?
I love that.
Brilliant.
Are you doing Dragon's Den again?
We are. We start filming next week.
Oh, brilliant. How exciting.
I know.
The same gang back.
Same gang. And we'll have guests again this year.
Oh, you don't have advisors, because a lot of people say you've got advisors. That's not true, is it?
Absolutely not.
I
No,
knew it
good
wasn't.
heavens, no.
You
No,
just-
because
you
it's our
decide-
money.
It's your money,
it's our
so
money.
you decide on that moment.
Absolutely. Although, so we decide on the moment, we make an offer, so that's what would happen in business, in the world out of there, and then we do due diligence outside of the den.
Oh, OK.
So we have, you know, we have a moment to say, look, all that stuff that we heard, we agreed, is it all right?
In principle we're in, but we need to obviously look at the
And what's
T's and
lovely
C's.
in the book, you've got, like, podcast-style interviews. Stephen Bartlett's in there, Joe Lycett. You've got some great people in
Sophie, the wonderful Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
Yeah.
You know, great advice on careers.
But there it is. Deborah Meaden talks money.
Thanks, Deborah.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. He's here on the sofa to tell us more. Congratulations on this new play. How's it going?
It's great. It's great. We've only done 3, but we had 5 weeks in Bath to warm up, so we're ready.
And how was Bath? I love Bath.
It's great. It's great. I live near there, so that's why we did it there. Yeah.
Lovely.
Tell us about the play. So this is a play. It's Arthur Miller.
Yeah.
It's been somewhere. It's been on since 1955. Is that right? So it's been in production like since then, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a great classic play that is done it's done all the time.
Yeah.
And the last big one in London, I think, was Mark Strong in about 7 or 8 years ago. So this is, and I saw it 20 years ago with Michael Gambon, maybe longer than that, and that's why I wanted to do it, really, because it's such a great part. And so, yeah, it's an amazing play, and I don't know what to say
For
about
people
it.
that don't know, what's the basic outline of the story?
Well, I play a guy called Eddie Carbone. He's a longshoreman who's a dockyard worker in Brooklyn in the 50s in America, and he invites into his house, his small little house, he gets his wife's 2 relatives, cousins from Sicily, and he brings them in, and all hell breaks loose because one of them falls in love with his daughter, or his niece, in fact.
And he's not happy about it,
He's not happy
at all?
about it, no.
And obviously you have to don a Brooklyn accent. Have you got someone who helps you with that?
Well, I do, yeah, I do. I got it on the wire. I do. There's a guy on the wire, as a cop show I did a while ago, amazing actor called Dominic Lombardozzi, who's an Italian...
Great name.
New Yorker, yeah, Lombardozzi. And we're both called Dominic, obviously, and he calls me Dom, and I call him Dom. And so I rang him up and I said, look, Dom, I got to play this Brooklyn, sort of character. Will you help me with the accent? He said, damn, just whatever you do, don't overdo the accent. And so I'm trying to play it down, but I don't think it's working.
It's so good. Speaking of playing it down, I love the way you just chucked away The Wire like it was a TV show I used to do. It's like one of the best TV shows of all time.
Oh, thank you.
Was it easy to affect because it's Baltimore, wasn't it? Was it easy to affect a Baltimore accent? Is that kind of different?
Well, no, Baltimore accent's kind of like sort of Hairspray. It's sort of weird accent. It's sort of going down the ocean horn. It's really weird. And so we didn't really do so much Baltimore, but I did a sort of general American and got away with it just about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what makes you choose a role? Do you have to really, like, empathise with the character? What is it that makes you go, do you know what, I'm going to do that?
Yeah, I think really you spend a lot of time with these characters and really you've got to want to spend time with them, you know. And so when they offered me Prince Charles and The Crown, you know, I thought, am I interested? And I was very interested in that guy. And with this play, it's a play I've known for a long time. I saw Michael Gambon do it, who was a great hero of mine. And so when the director, Lindsay Posner, who I've worked with before, he texted me occasionally, said, do you want to do this?
Yeah.
And nothing really bit. And then this did, partly because Michael had just died. And so I was remembering his performance and I thought I'd love to have a crack at that. And it's
funny how those great playwrights just resonate. It doesn't really matter when they were born. Like Arthur Miller, like you said, this has been on for the best part of 55 years.
Yeah.
And Miller's one of those writers, like Pinter, I guess, who just it's the work still resonates now. Yeah. What is it about this play, do you think, that has that kind of universal appeal?
Well, I suppose it's a story of a family which still resonates. It's a story about refugees coming in, people putting refugees up.
It's pretty pertinent now, I guess.
Very pertinent, and it's about also. I suppose parenting. My character has parented his dead sister-in-law's daughter, who's his niece, and actually fallen in love with her. That's the problem. And so, and she is a 18-year-old kid who he's worried about going out into the world, and he wants her to meet lots of people and do better than he's done, and as we all do as parents. And I think everyone can relate to that.
Yeah.
And what's it like being in theatre? Do you compare to all the other amazing shows that we've done? Do you enjoy doing theatre?
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. I sort of got a bit tired of screen acting, and this comes along, and I was able to do it at home in Bath, and now we're in the Haymarket, which is the best theatre in the world. It's just, it's where Oscar Wilde premiered all his stuff, and Noel Coward, and it's got amazing history, and it's a beautiful, beautiful
Have you got any rituals at all? Any pre-show rituals that you've fallen into?
Well, I do. I mean, I suppose... I remember on The Crown, I had Prince Charles's signet ring, and when that went on, I felt I was him. And with this one, I've got a sort of necklace with a crucifix, and when that's on, I feel I'm Eddie. But other than that, nothing yet.
What is it? Is it just that lovely immediacy of theatre that you just don't get from being a screen actor?
Yeah, and it's a lot of hard work to get the play in and to rehearse it. But once you've done that, you can fly. And I suppose just the audience is what makes the difference.
Yeah.
That relationship with the audience is amazing. Yeah. It's something that's
it's live theatre, isn't it? It's just the best.
Yeah, it is the best. Yeah.
I heard that your other half said that you're not very good at doing upper class. Is this true?
That's what you want to hear when you take on the role of Prince Charles.
Who does she think she is saying that? Who does she think she is?
Well, yeah. She said, "What did you say that for?"
What is she quite? Can she speak really well?
She's quite posh. Yeah.
Oh right, okay.
So
she knows.
Yeah, she says you're better off playing the working man. So I'm playing the working man.
So let's talk a little bit about Prince Charles. So mid-40s. So it's quite such an interesting time to play Prince Charles, because it's with when Josh O'Connor did such a great job, didn't he? But I guess most of us don't really remember Prince Charles that age, where everyone has a kind of a crystallised version of what Prince Charles was back then with yours. Was it quite... It was obviously an enormous task taking him on anyway, but that period of time must have been even more so.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hugely tumultuous time. It was his divorce and then, of course, the death of Diana. And as you say, a lot more people remember that than remembered Charles's youth. So that was... we were extra sensitive about that, and I remember it extremely well. And what was interesting was doing all these stories that I remember appearing in the papers and in the media, and you made a certain judgment about him at the time, which actually, when you look into it and the research that we did, and I found a lot more sympathy for him playing him than I had back in the day.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. It really is. Can we talk about Downton Abbey? Is it coming back, first of all, with you in it?
Yeah, it is. They're making the third film.
What can you tell us? What can you tell us?
Well, I know they're bringing it back, the third film. I play the character I played in the second film, who's a 1930s movie star, which is great. I get to play, nice suits. And I'm at this point well established in my relationship with Barrow, so we're having a wonderful relationship in Hollywood, and Barrow is my lover and my guy, and everybody's coming back, and then we've got Paul Giamatti's joining as well.
Great.
Which I'm really
Are they
excited
just an absolute hoot to play?
Yeah, they are.
I mean, it just looks like so much fun.
It's escapism,
I mean, for God's sake, your name's Guy Dexter. I mean, that's 101 movie star 1930s casting, isn't it? It's like Julian Fellows went, what's the Guy Dexter?
I've got a pencil moustache.
Yeah.
It's like Ronald Coleman.
Wasn't you in Spice World as well?
I was.
How did you
Did
find
see it?
doing that? I did. It's one of my favourite films.
Is it?
Who did you play? The photographer?
Yes.
I remember.
You might not remember him.
The sleazy one.
I wasn't sleazy. I wasn't sleazy at
He
all.
was the sleazy photographer.
I was not.
How would you describe him?
Terrified is what I was. Because they were at the height of their fame, and I was dying to meet them.
Is that the only reason you did it?
Of course. I couldn't wait to meet them, and they're frightening, I mean, the full force of them. It was like, being a sixth form girl.
Did you wake up in a meeting or something like that, and they were all in there?
Oh, that was embarrassing. Yeah, I'd been to this was years ago, and I'd been to a big weekend in Ibiza, and I'd just got in, and we were filming, and I thought there was a sofa like this, I'd have a quick kip here. Before, we shoot. And I woke up in a script meeting and all the Spice Girls around me and they were looking at me like this, who's this twit?
You were like, I'm the sleazy photographer.
I'm not the sleazy.
Okay.
Imagine Mel B waking up, what are you doing in here?
I could imagine everything like that. What are you doing? Get out of the sofa. Strictly, are you going to do Strictly Come Dancing one day, maybe?
Oh, I'd love to.
Please say you are.
Would you do it?
I'd love to.
I think you'd be brilliant. You've got the moves, ain't you?
Yeah, did you see Pride? I did 2-minute dance.
Yeah, you're great in
Why
that.
have they not asked you yet? What's that all about?
I don't know, maybe they didn't like
Let's
that.
do an appeal now. Come on, let's get Dominic on Strictly. You'd be brilliant. Who would you want as your partner?
Oh, I don't know.
Any of them.
Tom.
He don't do it no more, does he?
A View from the Bridge, Theatre Royal Haymarket until the 3rd of August. Tickets out now. Dominic, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
very much.
What a lovely first birthday present you've got. One of my favourite
Thank you.
actors
I did
coming.
this just for you.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Lovely. He put on the whole play just to give me ears.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Your
Dom.
treat is tonight, you're coming to the play.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
Billy and the Epic Escape.
Yep.
The sequel to the first book. Tell us a bit about this.
Oh, my goodness. OK, so this was never meant to be.
Yeah.
I never intended to do this. Book one was basically 14 stories that I... basically, because I've always struggled reading and writing, funny enough. I've always written my cookbooks on a dictaphone.
Yeah.
I used to put Petal and Buddy to bed, and when they got to about 8, their reading got better than mine. Yeah. And they go, no, Daddy, don't read, do one from your head. So then I wasn't very consistent about my narratives and stories, so I started to record them. So that's book one.
Right.
So it took 4 years to write.
And so they were just books, they were stories that you made up for the kids?
Yeah, and just off the top of my head. And, of course, when I put them together as a book, I had to sort of get serious about writing, and it took me 4 years. Puffin published me, which was an honour and a responsibility, and it's more nerve-wracking than a cookbook, I swear. This is the hardest work I've ever done editorially.
Because?
Because, right, as a dyslexic kid that did very badly at school, words and writing were my enemy. And as per all of my life, I've had to find different ways to get around problems and solutions. And I think that if you knew the kid at 17 that left school, or 16, and then I'm the second most published author in the country. And I don't say that to be bullshit. It's like, if you saw that, then anything is possible. Sure. So in the book, I mean, it's kind of like the idea is the Goonies, set in 2024, harking back at 1980s. You've got a magical world where there's lots of kind of sort of thoughts about where we might be in 100 years' time with food and nature and environment. But these 5 friends that all have tricky troubles to get over certain things. So it's about friendship and, as parents, values, the wholesome stuff that you want to say to your kids, but they never believe you because you're their mum and dad.
Because I started reading this one to James, and then we got to the bit where he was dissecting the mole.
Yes.
And then I suddenly started to read, and you've got these amazing audiobooks of it as well. So I've stopped, so we can start from one, because the audiobooks, it features you, it features Jules, Dexter Fletcher, Jason Fleming.
Yeah.
Alfie Bose is the giant in this
Alfie
one.
Bose singing on as one of the giants. Mark Strong's in it. We've got incredible musicians like Tamzine and Benny Miles, who is a rapper. We've got incredible actors in there. But for me, as a dyslexic kid, the audiobook was first. And one of the things I had to teach myself was not to write a script, to write a book. And because I was seeing everything. So that was one of my struggles. But the audiobook, I wanted kids like me. I didn't read my first narrative book until I was like mid-30s. And I don't say that because I'm proud. It's just that I couldn't pull it off. I couldn't commit. I was asleep. The words are racing. So the audiobook for me was about how do you make it immersive? We were inventing sound effects, composing music, trying to, like, there's not much money in it for people, so please, can you be in the audiobook? Like, just try and make it. But, like, having, even my wife plays Abuna, Mum Abuna, who's a very... non-glamorous, hairy, warty, feisty fellow. So she was pleased with that role. But,
the kids involved as well.
Do you know what, River, the first bit in the audiobook, you're going to laugh, but River is a natural.
Aww.
He's got the most expressive voice. And I'm sure we'll end up somewhere in the arts doing something.
Were you directing, or did you get someone else directing? You go.
I did direct them because I didn't have a choice. But normally, like with my son Buddy, I can't direct him because I'm his dad, and he's not having it.
He's not having it at all.
No.
But it's so interesting how you put so much importance on the audiobook because of the dyslexia.
Yeah.
And I was listening to an interview that you did, I can't even remember what it was on now, but you talked about it and you said one time you'd had a 10-year-old little boy come up to you and said, do you ever feel like you're worth nothing?
Worthless.
And he had dyslexia.
Dyslexia. And I think, you know, never... Now,
it really upset me.
No, me too. And like with school dinners campaigns that I've done, you know, I've been through 15 education secretaries in sort of 17, 18 years. And I think if you've got a child, or if you were that child that struggled and you didn't fit into conventional learning, I can see you're getting emotional.
Yeah, it makes me so sad to feel that.
And last year, when I promoted the first book, I got emotional out of nowhere. And as a nearly 50-year-old adult, I'm like, what is going... I didn't expect that. But I think it's about when you're a kid, you want to fit in. And for me, you want school to be where anyone can flourish. And I think there's a lot of work to be done to make every child feel like they can contribute.
He also said, come back to me when you're 16 and I'll give you a job if you need one.
Yeah.
That's what I loved. But at the end of the story...
Well, I found food. Food saved me. Food saved that kid. And he hadn't found his thing yet. And of course, many of us don't find our thing until later life.
So when you, as you say, you're the second most sort of printed author in the UK, and usually it's cookery books. When you get feedback from kids on your novels, your children's books, does that sort of resonate a bit stronger?
It's everything. Because I did my first kids' book signing, and a kid had read half of it in the hour-long queue. So he's like a genius. And I'm like, so that was amazing and gave me like marks out of 10 by the time he got home on Twitter. But actually what I did, inspired by that, was they're the audience, right? So I had 4 kid editors that I send manuscript to.
Oh, really?
To give me notes on. And they were sort of saying more gadgets here, like, you know, more bodily functions here, like, you know, like we love this character, can we have more of that? So, you know, I think as a dyslexic and as someone that struggled at school, I am very much a sponge for everyone's opinion, and my job is to curate and edit that comes back. And even now, like, I just did an air fryer show, right? I would never have said that, but my job is to serve the need. And if 50% of people have got an air fryer, then I've got to do an air fryer show, so whether I like it or not. So I think, like, feedback's really useful. And I think in cookbooks I don't feel vulnerable, but here I do. That's interesting. And I quite like that feeling of being
yourself
almost
out there.
Yeah, definitely.
You mentioned not being able to direct Buddy. Buddy's following in your footsteps now, though.
Sort of, yeah. He likes to cook.
He's cooking. He's got his channel. He's doing. Yeah. Has he got a book coming out as well?
Yeah, he's got cooking buddies. Yeah, he's literally. He was a child here. Like he's like 10. We started when he was 8, and now he's sort of like heading towards 5'10". Rugby, and like, you know, basically he sort of knows that he started. He's like, this is not cool, Dad. He goes, I'm going to get bullied, and I'm like, you won't. But I've seen the show. He's definitely going to get bullied. So the show's about swaps. So a kid comes in every show, and they do a hobby swap, and he teaches them a recipe, and it's nice. It's really about the other kids and the things that they love. But yeah, I'm sure he'll thank me for that when he's 20. Maybe not.
Well, it depends where it goes, doesn't it? That's the lovely thing. I mean, because you and Jules, I mean, it's a big year for us. We're all the same age. You're a bit younger than us.
Tiny.
We're hitting our 50s at the end of this year, and you're, I think, the start of next year. That's quite a moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I feel more passionate now than ever that how kids interact around food is really powerful for their long-term health, mentally, physically. We're still some of the most unhealthy kids in Europe. We still need to, you know, get school food sorted out. We need a government. We've got an election coming up. I was actually having a meeting with Keir Starmer tomorrow morning, but that's cancelled now. He's up to Scotland. But, you know, that was to talk about where are you placing child health? You know, how are we going to look at child health? And if you want a healthy country, healthy economy, if you want to save the NHS, you have to put kids first. And without getting into any of that, I'm completely apolitical. No governments in the past have put child health first on any manifesto. So this is going to be a really interesting couple of months.
It's an interesting couple of months and a couple of days.
I wish you'd go and stand outside on a lectern with the pouring rain and just take over a bit.
It would be a tasty place. Yeah, no.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Billy and the Epic Escape is out now. I can't wait for the audiobook. I'm going to go back to morning.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. It's so visceral, Vicky. Like trying to, as we were talking about this, trying to understand what's real, what's not real, what's going to happen, what's happened. I mean, it's
Is it real? Is it not?
It's like a day and night thing, isn't it? In the daytime, you feel like you're in a sort of normal drama. There's lots going on, and then the night hits, and then it gets freaky.
It's almost a bit kind of, you don't, Gone Girl, Girl on a Train. There's like all different narratives running through it, and you don't know which one is true.
Yeah, and you know, there's 2 episodes out today, so you can drop first 2 eps. But after that, it really does ramp up. And I don't want to spoil anything, obviously, for anyone, but there's so many strands. You know, the entire family, all the characters that you'll meet in Insomnia, they've all got a story. So as much as there's, you know, lots of the insomnia playing out throughout the show, it's very characterful. Sarah Pinborough's writing is incredible, and she's gone for it, you know, with this story. So.
There is something about insomnia, though. I think our sleep is such a key thing. I mean, I used to work next door, so we were always all obsessed with sleep because you're waking up so early.
Yeah, of course.
But it's a topic of discussion with everybody. How do you get on? How did you sleep last night? What do you do to sleep? You know, and being deprived of sleep is such a sort of a brutal experience to go through as well.
Yeah, I mean, insomnia is one thing, having a bad night's sleep is another.
Yes.
You know, some people really suffer with it, and they can go days and days and weeks, you know, where they're just having this broken sleep all the time. I've thankfully never really had that, but I have, even last night, I was like, I can't sleep. What's going on? And then I was up at 4, up at 5, up at 6. And I thought, right, I'm going to make a cup of tea. And then I was trying to get back to sleep. And you're going, no, just forget it now. It's over. You know, you've just got to get up and get on with the day. But it can be disruptive, you know.
And you actually exec this show as well. So in some ways, that's brilliant. But then in other ways, it must be really tricky wearing all those different hats as well and being like, let's order pizza for everybody now.
Yeah, they're the thing. I mean, you know, just keeping a happy team is important to me in all aspects. I think, you know, that's always been in my nature, whatever job I'm doing. You just go, I want everyone to be happy.
Yeah.
And, you know, once you get to a place where you get these sort of credits of being an exec, I want to use it for as, you know, a good thing, really. But also just being able to, you know, have my hand in the script and the casting and things like that. But there's a massive team. I mean, you know, they know that my main job is to put the performance down. So, it's all
Are you
on
quite
me.
fiddly as an exec, though? Do you go on and have to... I don't like the cushions. Can we get different cushions? Have you changed any colours yet?
No. But I will do now. I didn't know that was a thing.
When I exec, the only thing is like, we've got to lose those cushions. They're not quite right. That's my job done. Walk away.
I've got to shout out to the Insomnia crew and team. It was such a creative and beautiful collaboration from everybody. You know, the actors, the kids as well. We've got some incredible kids in it with Smiley in India. And, you know, I was just blessed. And so everyone was just doing their jobs brilliantly. There was very little for me to sort of input there.
Emma's quite a different character for you too, isn't she? It must be quite nice to play someone
very different.
There's no uniform.
No uniform.
Yeah, felt
Great
grown up,
eyebrows.
Mama too, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, it was definitely different. No acronyms, no procedures, slightly less comfortable footwear on this one. But it was great. And, you know, as actors, you just want a bit of variety. But for me, it will always be down to the script. Often, if it's something that I think, oh, would I watch that? Do I think I can enhance what's already there and, you know, give something to the script? So, yeah, I opened it and just went, because we were getting married, me and Johnny.
I was about to... You put your wedding off?
Well, we didn't put it off. It went ahead.
Moved
We
it.
just never really got round to doing a honeymoon. So I was like, oh, well, we can have a week off, get married, and then I've got to go back to work. And, you know, Johnny's in the industry, he gets it, but, yeah.
Very understanding. Better eyebrows as well, you've said.
Yeah, oh, my gosh. Apparently, you might have a picture of what my eyebrows were, but they were quite shocking.
We got some... They said,
There we go.
oh, crikey.
I mean, come on.
What?
That's the 90s, guys. That's what happens. I had amazing eyebrows, big, bushy eyebrows, and then I just remember somebody at school saying, like, you've got big... You know, something was said, and I just went home and plucked them to smithereens. And now, thankfully, insomnia made me sort of, like, up my game. I've got my nails done, I've got my brows done.
It's quite nice being a girl sometimes.
I'm having a go, you know, see how I go with it.
It's what you need for all this daytime raving you're doing as well.
Oh, yes.
Because if you didn't have enough stuff going on, you and Johnny have set up Day Fever?
Day Fever. It is taking over the country. I mean, it's everywhere. We've sold out in, I think it's 13 cities across the country, and it's a daytime disco for people over 30, playing all the hits, and that's the vibe. It's letting go, letting loose, and you're home in time for tea.
You're home in time for tea? It's just for a couple of hours during the afternoon?
It's 2 till 8. 3 till 8, sorry, 3 till 8. So, yeah, and... Trust me, you do 20,000 steps. So it's my gym.
It's a good way of exercising too.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for lots of reasons, yeah.
Seeing the party there, I didn't know this until we knew you were coming on. We were doing our research and stuff. You worked with Madonna.
Yes, I did.
I didn't know that.
Was it one of your first jobs?
Yeah. It was...
You were still in an office, or you weren't?
Yeah, I was still in the office. I was still working at the office. I didn't have an agent at the time. I'd done This Is England, the film.
Right.
And then Stephen Graham rang me and said, because he was in it as well.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, and he said, oh, Madonna wants you in her film. And I sort of, like, put the phone down, like, all right, whatever. And then I got a phone call from her team, and, yeah, it was a real thing.
And you... and what was that experience like?
Surreal. I mean, you know, that... Oh, look at that outfit that I chose. Can we just acknowledge
It's amazing.
I did a full shot. You'll see the baggy brown boots as well. But anyway, that's what I arrived to Berlin in. It was just surreal, you know. I went to see Madonna last year in concert. I've always been a fan. Yeah. So it was, you know...
Have you stayed in touch, though, Vicky? Did you stay in touch?
We did after, for a bit. I went to a couple of her birthday parties, which felt, you know, very sort of special and surreal.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she's a busy woman.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Amazing, amazing. Now, can we ask, of course, about Line of Duty?
Oh, yeah.
Because maybe, forget H, maybe get M. Madonna into Line of Duty. She could be the new something or other.
That would be epic.
Have you seen the boys recently?
Yeah, saw Adi this week. He's prepping for Kiss Me Kate. He's going to be brilliant. He's, you know, going to be singing and dancing on stage. I can't wait. Saw Martin at Day Fever in Glasgow.
Oh, he came along,
He
did he?
did a bit of crowd surfing for us. He likes to party.
There's always going to be rumours. There's always going to be expectations. Have you all agreed that you'd be up for it and ready to go when Jed gets himself together?
I mean, look, we've all said we love the show. We would want to go again, obviously, but there's nothing to talk about. So it's really disappointing in terms of, like, no news. Right. You know what I mean?
No news, but is that good news that there's no news? Because it's not a definite no.
I'm just going to get this cushion and just put it over my face.
We just love to speculate about it, don't we? That's the problem when you get involved in such a massive hit show that we just can't get enough of.
We're so lucky and we love the show and we can't tell you how grateful we are. You know, I never would have expected to be in something that has that kind of support from the audience. So it is amazing. But, yeah, I would hate to start a rumour and, you know, God knows what headlines they will
Please do. Feel free. We love a bit of that.
Well, thank you for joining us today. So Insomnia is out tonight, episodes 1 and 2 on Paramount+.
Yeah.
And then the rest will come...
And then they'll come weekly. Yeah, so we're back into that territory, old school.
It's really annoying. I just want to binge it all.
You can't. You've got to wait for it. You're on tenterhooks.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in. So good to see you.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning. That last song was Richard's latest single, Days to Remember. He joins us this morning, and actually that song you wrote with your boys.
With all three of my sons, yeah.
How old are they now, Richard?
33, 31, and 30, and I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
He was so funny because he said to me, just you wait, you're going to have... Because I was like, mine are 8 and 6. And he's like,
just you wait. It goes by really fast, but now, like, we have this amazing friendship where the four of us hang out together like just buddies, and we go have drinks together and talk about life and relationships and everything.
But they're all musicians.
Yeah, three sons, not one doctor.
What did you do wrong?
I blame the parents. But they're all, but it's different. They're not all sort of pop soul music though. One of them's sort of into heavy rock metal.
Yeah. So Jesse, my youngest, is a rock artist and songwriter and guitar player. Lucas, my middle, is more of like the pop R&B guy, and my eldest son Brandon is much more into like electronic music, and even he's done a lot of hip hop stuff. So they're all over the place.
So what's that like when you're all trying to write a song for Dad together?
Well, it really showed me because I'd written with each of them, but I'd never written with all of them. It was my 60th birthday present. They asked me what I wanted for my 60th birthday last September, and I said I want us all to write a song together. And I think that they're just natural sensibilities and sense of craft of songwriting zeroed in on, oh, we got to write something for Dad. So it can't be too far this way, or it can't be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we wrote that whole song in an hour.
Really?
It was effortless, yeah.
And are any of them on the road with you? Because I know you're touring at the moment, so you've done Bath, Birmingham, Liverpool.
Yes, and tomorrow night, Albert Hall.
Do you like the Albert Hall? Played there before?
It's I shouldn't say it out loud, but it's my favorite place to play. It's just magical.
Yeah.
It's just magical. And it's been probably 10 years since I played there. And I can't wait. It's been sold out for like 4 months or something like that. I'm so, is it chuffed?
Yes, chuffed. Well done.
Chuffed.
And you brought Daisy, your wife, on tour as well, because she's like the person who goes, right, we've got to go here, we've got to do this.
She's our cruise director. She's our den mother. Yes, Daisy takes care of everything. And my son Lucas is landing just about now.
Right.
With his girlfriend to hang out. He wouldn't miss this show. My other two boys are busy working, but...
But you first performed, I think, at the Royal Albert Hall in '89?
Yeah.
And it was just after Eric Clapton had just finished a sold-out run.
Yes.
And
Tough act to follow.
Yeah.
He's there now.
He's there now as well.
He's there tonight.
So you're following him again?
Yes. Isn't that weird? But I went to see the gig, and I went the night before I was to play the first time in '89. They invited me to Eric's show, and I sat there, and I'm a huge fan of Eric's.
Of course.
So I was trying to enjoy the concert, but I kept looking around, and my heart started to pound because I got really, really nervous about the next night. Now, all these years later, I just can't wait for tomorrow to happen.
Yeah, so eager.
I bet. But you have some like core classics that everybody just sings along. I mean, your song with Luther Vandross.
Yeah, Dance with My Father.
I love the story of how you two guys even met, talked, then your dad had an accident, a car accident, and then Luther phoned you up, and then later on you got together and made the single.
Yeah, we were friends for a long time. We'd written other songs that he'd recorded prior. And then quite a few years later, into our friendship, he called me and said, I got this idea, just a title, Dance with My Father, and I need to write it with you, because he knew the history of my relationship with my father and how Luther really helped me through the loss of my father. And Luther's dad had died when Luther was about 12, so he never really had a relationship with his dad. So we wrote this love letter to dads, you know, and 10 days after Luther recorded and mixed that song is when he had the stroke.
Wow.
And he lived to see us win the Grammy for Song of the Year, and he got to see the success of the song, but it breaks my heart even now to
There's
think
some serendipity about those moments, isn't there?
Yeah.
Right Here Waiting. Am I right in saying you actually originally thought this is a song for Barbra Streisand?
Sort of. She asked me to write her a song, and I was on this big tour, on my first tour, and I didn't really have time to write a song, but I knew it was a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And I had just written Right Here Waiting, had no... We've been friends ever since. We hang out with her and her husband, Jim.
Oh,
And every once in a while, I hug her and I thank her for turning down my song because it accidentally became the biggest song of my life.
Amazing.
This is brilliant. Well, you're going to play for us today.
Yes.
Another one of
Excellent
your
stuff.
absolute classics, which we can't wait.
Can't wait. We've been singing it all morning, haven't we? Between
Sing along with me, it'll help. It's kind of early.
Oh, no,
If you want to head over, get yourself sorted.
Great.
Have a great
Thank
gig
you.
tonight.
Thank
Enjoy the
you,
rest of the
Richard.
time here in the UK. So just a reminder that Richard's new single, Days to Remember, that he wrote with all of his boys for his 60th birthday.
I can't believe he's 60 years
That's
old.
out right now.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Abby's with us now. Lovely to see Abby.
Good morning.
In a different role, you are Chief Inquisitor, sort of interrogator and questionnaire.
Yeah, it's actually weird being on my own. You know, I've been sitting on the couch next to Pete for a year, and now I'm on my own, and it's a completely different beast. It's so different interviewing someone because I'm not a journalist, I'm not an interviewer.
Yeah.
So just trying to have these conversations with incredible people.
But you are Scouse, so you do love a chat.
I love a chat. And that was the hardest thing when I was interviewing Pete. Not butting in.
Yeah.
Because that's when we do the therapy crouch together, we get so many messages, can you just please let Pete finish his story? So trying my best to keep my mouth shut, not interrupt, is hard.
So what is the idea behind Exhibit A?
So Exhibit A is if you want to better your life, if you want to better yourself and learn and be inspired, then this is the podcast for you. I'm interviewing so many different people from all different walks of life, experts, doctors, A-list stars, celebrity chefs, you know, with incredible stories. And they're just really inspiring and interesting. And when I listen to a podcast, I want to learn something.
Yeah, sure.
So...
You don't have enough time in the day, Mesa.
No.
I mean, what did you say? You've got 4 kids, 2 dogs, 2 cats, 1 horse.
Yeah. And a husband.
And a
husband.
The worst one.
He keeps you very busy. You had the amazing Mo Gaudat on your podcast, didn't you? Who we had here.
Unstressable.
Unstressable was his new book.
Yeah.
What did you learn from Mo? Because he's an extraordinary character.
Oh, he's incredible. I am the most stressed out person on earth. I worry about everything, I catastrophise. And I felt from him, I learnt so many small things you can change in your day-to-day life that will help. And it sounds cheesy, but they definitely do work.
And have you employed some of his techniques, Abby, to sort of...
100%, yeah. You know, if you have a negative thought, quickly change that to a positive one. You know, wake up. And
so how do you do that? Is there sort of a mechanism or a way of... Because you can dwell on... I mean, if you're a catastrophiser, you can dwell on negative thoughts and then they can spiral.
I'm always spiralling. Like, I think, you know, when I did the Mo and Alice's stress test, it was like 96% stressed out, and he couldn't believe it. But I'm just a worrier. But I think it takes time and practice to change. You know, I'm nearly 40 years old, and I've been like this my whole life. So to kind of change that thought process into thinking more positively, and so I am a positive person, but I just worry.
You know what, though? I think that you always put out exactly what you are, and I think that's why people love the podcast that you do with Pete as well. It feels so honest and so authentic and real. It feels as though there's no filter at all.
Well, there isn't really. Because my cousin and my brother producer were, like, in our living room. You know, it's not like you're being interviewed by a journalist, so all of us, instantly your guard's down. So, you know, we just say everything and anything. But, you know, people seem to like it, and we enjoy it.
Do you ever get messages from your parents saying, I think that was a bit too much to share? Was anybody...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do you? Do you?
Yeah, we're often in the paper with mad headlines, and we're like, why did we say that? We've divulged too much, but it's all fun.
When we knew you were coming in, we asked our viewers if they had any questions, and we had this question in from one of our viewers who was keen for you to answer this one.
Oh.
Hi, yes, my name's Peter. I have a question for Abigail. She talks about the new show, Exhibit A, and enriching her life with some incredible guests that she meets. Does she not feel enriched on the therapy couch with her husband, Peter?
First of all, I want to know why Pete's got braces on. What was he wearing?
It was a parachute.
A parachute?
He's got a backpack on going somewhere, surely. I imagine it's his rucksack. Well, he's nicked it from somewhere. It looked like he was on a train station. Is he on a platform going somewhere else?
He must be.
It's a backpack. He's got a rucksack on.
Backpack.
Is he going to the gym?
It's like Bear Grylls.
Yes, because you've said this is all about enriching and fulfilling people's lives with a new podcast. And as Pete points out, what's not enriching and fulfilling about your podcast with him?
Well, I've been...
She's digging it. She's going to dig a hole here.
I'm trying to think of the right way to answer this. You know, the Therapy Crouch is light-hearted, it's fun. You know, we don't take ourselves too seriously, but I just want to learn more.
Yeah.
And your husband's not helping you?
No, but although he is very clever, but it's normally on topics that I'm not interested in.
But I did like how you interviewed him on Exhibit A as well. And there was really lovely moments that actually you don't think of in a footballer's career. And it's that real moment where they have to choose between living a normal teenage life and going out and really committing to something that they don't know is going to happen or not. And he kind of credits it all to that teacher, Mr. Waring, but he had this amazing, amazing teacher. I just think you don't see that side of him normally.
No. I think Peter is he's very focused and he's very determined and, you know, he went through a lot growing up with the, you know, like kind of the abuse that he got and he still managed to represent the country and play for the best clubs in the world. So I think that's a real testament to his character. But I think, you know, having an inspirational teacher can make so much
The film that was made, I think it's on Amazon, isn't it, about him, is extraordinary for looking at that. Do you ever give him credit for what he's achieved, though, internationally as a footballer at home, though, Abby?
Not really.
No.
I know that's bad. But, you know, when he filmed the documentary, some of the things I found out that was the first time I'd even heard about them. And I was so angry how people can write the most horrific things.
And it really was, wasn't it?
Horrific. And you think just because you're in the public eye, you should be able to take that. And, you know, he's human at the end of the day and it was awful and I just wanted to kill the people.
Yeah, if you do, you get upset.
Very protective. So protective.
Quick question about him. Is he ever sexier than when he's taking the bins out for you, though?
I think this is like a kind of reverse psychology. Yeah, honey, take the bins out and, you know...
You'll look great.
Maybe. Yeah.
So perhaps not as sexy as it's being... It's the sexiest chore, by all accounts.
Apparently so. So the podcast is out every Monday.
It's out every Monday.
And you're doing Liz Hurley, she's coming on?
Yeah, we've got Elizabeth Hurley out today and she is incredible.
Powerhouse.
She's so hot, powerhouse, icon, and we had a great chat.
Sounds like you're loving it, Abby.
I'm loving it, it's great fun.
Good luck with it.
Thanks,
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
It's an absolute joy to watch this show. Can't recommend it enough. Rylan, Rob, lovely to see you both this morning.
Lovely to be back.
Thank you. It's just such a wonderful thing to look at the two of you from such different backgrounds with such different experiences, but bonded by this experience in Italy, Rylan. When they first suggested it, who suggested it first? Did it come from Rob to Rylan, Rylan to Rob?
Really, wasn't it? It was the same time. I mean, they had us in mind for something, and the first thing I said before I'd even spoken to Rob was, we're not going to be another two celebrities doing a travel log in Italy. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, everyone's doing one. But when the show was described and they were like, oh, it's been commissioned by BBC Arts, I was like... I'm sorry?
Linda was ever surprised.
My mum was like, quick, get the hat for the MBE ready. And yeah, when me and Rob had a discussion about it, I was actually in Greece at the time filming another show, so it was all a bit slapdash for me, but we met in Venice and it just turned into... Well, we can't believe the reaction to the show because it's not a travel log. It's not what it is. It's almost like a reality show documentary. It's everything. We're so lucky.
It is. And I think what you've done brilliantly is you've made it educational, but no one feels as though they're being educated.
Yeah, it's no finger wagging.
No,
that was the mission of the programme, really, when they came to me with Ryan. It was a no-brainer. You know, I can't remember, but someone once described me as a stupid person's version of what an intelligent person sounds like. And I think that makes sense. And we have
Is that one of your relatives?
Yeah, probably. But you know what I mean? Like, sometimes sort of branded on the tongue and things around, you know, high art and culture.
Yes.
You know, we have the sort of soft bigotry of low expectation of certain people. When, you know, the thing is, nowadays, more than ever, it's important that everybody feels that great art, all music is for everybody. It's something we can all share. And this is a programme about reminding everyone, whoever you are, there are no lanes. Get out of them. You grab back the pen of the story the world's written for you and write your own novel. Everything is for you. And the best way of showing that is by having Rylan at every single encounter with this great work being the piercingly most clever, that's not English, but it should be, the most piercingly clever person in the room.
Yeah.
And he made me proud every single time.
Well,
he
he made you emotional. This is the thing. I mean, literally, every time he turned around and said something about the art, you broke down in tears.
Not every time.
More or less.
There's something, there's something so joyful. You know, I teach it to students and have been, you know, a mentor over the years. And he, of course, mentored...
Like
No, he mentored me as well. So it's one thing to intellectually understand the art, but you have to be able to experience it too. And that was the purpose of why people went on the Grand Tour in the first place, to get out of a world that was sort of containing them and experience it. But when you see somebody not just learning it, but not just learn it, but delight in it.
Feeling it.
Feeling
You
and
felt
then
it.
teach you something about it. So I think we've discussed this before. The first time I ever saw you speak about this great painting, you know, the Botticelli.
Oh, yeah.
Right, the Venus de Milo, was when I watched the programme back, and that's when I was most emotional. Because what
It's the first time we did something separate on the show, yeah.
And what he saw and what he taught us was so beautiful.
See, that look is why people think there's something going on, because I'm seeing some... I mean, there's a lot of adoration.
We are expecting.
It's not fake tan, he really is that radiant.
No, but it was also, though, you have this absolutely beautiful moment together where you're just sitting and you're by the canal and you are so open and honest. And that's actually quite a brave thing to do on TV. And so you've got the narrative that runs through the story, which is, of course, Venice and Rome. But the really special thing is watching the two of you.
Yeah, look, for us, we didn't realise what we were making when we were making it. And we got to shout out the entire team, all the editors, all the team that were on the ground with us, everyone, because they actually made... It was like a family, and I know that sounds really TV, but it really, really was. Like, without them, this would never have happened. And watching it back, the narrative, the arc throughout the 3 episodes, even something as stupid as in Venice, we were in separate accommodations. In Florence, we were in the same accommodation in different rooms. And by Rome, you know, I'm waking up with him underneath me, like, get off of me, barrister. But that's the narrative of the arc. But we started this process as mates, and we have finished it as actual, genuine friends. And that's what's been probably the best thing to come out.
But there's some wonderful moments in Venice. And I think the thing that Ryland's teaching you as well, Rob, because you've got all the culture and the high experience and the academia of the art and the music and all those sort of things. Ryland's got the experience of life and understanding the sort of the mask that he carries around with him. And when the two of you are dressed with that group of drag artists wandering around Venice, was one of the most joyous and hilarious and wonderful moments.
Yeah, you really understood it, and thank you for that. And so many people have, and I think it's a real gift when there's been such a kind of broad response of people that really see it. You know, I think sometimes we think, you know, we talk down to viewers, but they're all brilliant, and it's time to talk the British public up. They get it. And we could have done a mass ball that people do when they go to Venice. You know, it's a bit like the Monaco Grand Prix, lots of privilege, but really exploring
we didn't want to do that.
with you with such profound authenticity. You know, why did they wear masks? It's because behind a mask you get to be a different person. It's what they did, you know, in the 18th century. But why do we put on makeup? How does that, and why does that make you feel safer? Why does that change the way in which you can be in the world? What does it mean? And to do that alongside him, and I never, ever would have put on drag without wearing that mask. It enabled me to be freer. Although, what did you say I look like?
Pauline Fowler. It was giving Wendy Richard.
May she rest in
But
peace.
then you did keep in the bit where someone shouted, like, derogatory. But then there was, like, 90-year-old nonnas that all stood up and applauded you.
That was amazing. Worth reflecting on, you know?
Yeah, it really, really was.
Brilliant.
That collective, they'd never been out in Venice dressed up. They're called the House of Serenissima. So lovely for them to open their doors to us. And for the first time, they'd been together a year, they said, we're going out in public, and they did. And we had a guy shout out something really homophobic and derogatory.
A young
guy. I was held back by production.
He was
the
ready
Stepney Green nearly come out in 7 Foot Heels as well.
I would have defended him and been a good witness.
I would have been in court, but I got the best in the land. And then, as we walk along, there's like this group of like 90-year-old nonnas, and they all stood up and clapped us. And I'm like, that's what this experience is about. You know, what we're sometimes frightened of. We always think it might be the older generation looking down. It wasn't for them. It was actually the opposite. So, there's still a lot of movement to be done in Italy.
Yeah, they stood round us like a Praetorian Guard, and that's another lesson. You know, don't judge somebody until you get the opportunity and the gift of meeting them.
We could talk to you for hours.
It's sensational.
I can't recommend it enough.
It's on BBC
I think it's all available. Yeah, it's on the iPlayer.
Yeah, it's all available on iPlayer
Sunday
now.
night.
Episode 2, Sunday on BBC Two.
9
Do
o'clock.
people know you're like really this nice in real life?
No.
Like, do they?
No.
Do they think
No, it's all a lie.
Tell the
really...
full evil. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning. And to celebrate Strictly's 20th anniversary, we're joined now by 4 people who've had a lot to thank for the show.
First up, professional dancer Brendan Cole, whose life was never the same after winning Series 1. Morning, Brendan.
Morning. Rachel Riley's also here, who would never have met her husband, Pasha, or welcomed their 2 beautiful children if she hadn't signed up for Strictly.
And last, but by no means least, the high-kicking, highfalutin Debbie McGee, who says her part in the show helped her smile again after the tragic loss of her husband, Paul. Hello, everybody. Lovely to have you all here.
Nice to see you.
Fantastic. Brendan, 20 years ago to this day.
Quite something.
We had a little look at that opening of all of you lined up. Yes. Do you remember that feeling that day?
I actually do, yeah. I don't remember many things, but that day was really special. It was exciting, nervous. Nobody knew really how the show was going to be perceived or actually if it was going to take it. We'd had, obviously, Strictly Ballroom for... not Strictly Ballroom, Come Dancing for so many years. I think it's the longest-running TV show ever. So they knew there was going to be something exciting there, but nobody knew if it was going to work with celebrities and pros.
It was so good. And we just saw there the legend, Bruce Forsyth.
He's amazing.
You must have some great memories from them.
I do. He was incredible off the stage, more so than he was actually on the stage. His wit, so fast and so brilliant. And he was lovely to everybody, unless he was slightly angry, and then he was horrible to everybody.
Okay.
He was very temperamental. But what I loved is that always production. They would always say, "Bruce is on set. Bruce is on set," and we'd all sort of
everybody knew.
All right, okay, calm yourselves down. And I love that he had that respect. He commanded that respect, but he earned it over so many years. Amazing.
Rachel, what did you think when you heard about... Because I can remember hearing about Strictly Come Dancing, thinking, what, it's a ballroom dancing talent show on Saturday night? Really?
Yeah.
People going to be watching? Did you watch the first few? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I remember my mum and my Zayda, her dad, they were hooked from the first show because it's, you know, part of that generation before that used to go to tea parties. And I think he probably met my mum's mum, you know, through dancing. So relationships have formed over the years, and it's just that nostalgic, wholesome...
Is that what happened to you?
I was just about to say, talking of relationships...
party that went wrong.
More fun.
Yeah. And what about you, Debbie, though? Because, I mean, I genuinely, and hold my hands up and say, I never saw it working. From my perspective, but I love it now. I can watch it. I can see the journeys that the celebrities that you all go on. Do you remember thinking 20 years ago? I mean, what Strictly could have been? Were you in straight away?
Yeah, I was in absolutely from the first one. I loved it myself, but I wasn't sure the general public would like it. You know, because dancing is quite a woman thing. So I think it was a surprise to everybody.
Surprise to all of us.
It was that crossover, wasn't it? It was a crossover from what you said, the success of Come Dancing as a TV show and the history we have of ballroom dancing in this country, but into this world that made it suddenly much more relevant to lots of younger people as well.
More so than that. The show has so many elements. It has relationships. It has the competition element. It has the judges who are, I mean, vile at times. And then if you take Len, for example, he was the ultimate Strictly judge. He knew exactly how to pitch it. He was either on your side and rooting for you, even if you were rubbish, or he could see you getting... or you could see you getting too big for your boots, and he'd absolutely bring you down to earth, and that was the beauty of him, and he did it with always a smile and charm, and even if he was a bit aggressive on the show, he'd come up afterwards and give you a handshake and go...
But you knew he'd got a great heart. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. You always knew where he was coming from. And Pasha, I mean, what we can't not talk about is the talent of the professionals on the show. I mean, like, I mean, it's so... Brendan, obviously. But of course, it's that thing where... So Pasha and I know each other from the dance show that I host in America.
In the States?
Yeah. So
did you do that before you came on to...
Yes.
Oh, really?
It kind of started my TV career in America and Broadway, and then...
Yeah.
Dancing.
But it was crazy because when Pasha came, he was dancing with another ballroom girl called Anya, and Pasha wasn't even going to audition for the show. And we one of our producers,
This is you there.
Jeff
I think this
Thacker,
is you
made
on
him
stage.
the mayor.
Hello. I was blackmailed into joining the show.
So really, they sort of twisted your arm to join?
Yeah, so if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here sitting on this couch.
But what do you think it is about ballroom dancing that everybody just fell in love with and embraced?
I think it's just a classy thing.
Right.
And especially here in UK, people love classy things. And it's something very positive. Man-woman relationships, you dance together, it's great exercise, it's a great social thing. And I think overall, when it mixes with professional dancing and a little bit of celebrity gossip, it creates the amazing
Also, the costumes,
show.
look at those costumes and the makeup and
And that's what I was going to say, Rachel, is when I was a kid, Saturday nights, there were big shows with loads of dancers and things, and then there was a long time without anything, and then Strictly came with all the glamour and costumes and all the other elements that kind of put it together. And I think one of the things that makes Strictly very special, as a performer, you know your audience are animals. So if you're happy,
depends what you're doing.
We've known each other too long. But, sorry about that. I'm going to make myself blush. Anyway, but you know that if you're happy and having a good time, your audience has a good time. And on Strictly, everybody is for you. They're all friendly. I mean, Brendan and Pasha, when I was on it, when I finished dancing, you always came up, gave me a hug and said, well done.
Camaraderie.
Even though it's the camaraderie is incredible. And I think that comes over to the audience. And these guys, the pros, I think what a lot of people don't consider is the reason they got the job is because they're the best. And they have won competitions, been on Broadway, big shows in America. We don't, but they take a back seat on Strictly and let their celebrity, who can't do it, be the star. And I think that's why Strictly are very clever at choosing who the pros are, because they're really, really special people.
Yeah,
they're not just
they're not bad.
talented.
They're not that bad.
You know,
Thank
they're
you.
unselfish.
Stop it. Stop it.
You are.
Rach, didn't you end up doing Strictly because Brendan came on Countdown?
Brendan is the reason that I have children.
That's right. That is
What?
if it weren't for me.
What's going on?
And Rachel
Brendan
babies.
came on Countdown and then said, would you want to do Strictly? And I was like, yeah, of course. And you mentioned it to the production and then, you know, here we are.
And it's just explained, because it's around about now that people are being tapped up for the new series. What's that period like when you get asked and then there's a secrecy before it starts? How do you cope with all of that? And then when it actually starts as well? Because lots of my colleagues next door at GMB have done it. And I've lived that with them, and it's one of the most distressing and intense experiences, just knowing what they're going through.
Well, you get a code name as well, so they gave it with the first letter of your name. So mine was Miss Russia. That was my code name.
To be, wasn't it?
I didn't tell my mum until right before I was going on, because I knew she was going to tell everybody. But it's just exciting and terrifying at the same time. And I think, you know, some celebs go out there and they get some sneaky lessons in.
Yeah.
I wasn't that clever. I should have done that.
Yeah.
You didn't have time.
I didn't have time. I did like a little trial dance with James Jordan. And then they decided, all right, you can be the joke act, you can come on. And you're kind of working out, you know, you're gonna be that one, or you're gonna be the comedy one, or you're gonna be the one with the journey.
Yeah.
And you just don't know until you get there. And you're, you know, on a Sunday you've got this brand new dance, and on a Saturday you're dancing this thing in front of 10 million people. There's just nothing else like it in life.
For most people that do the show, 90% of the contestants that come on the show, it is life-changing, it's life-altering.
It was for me.
The experience is so intense and can be so beautiful. It can be the opposite as well, but for the most part, it's a thing that changes your life, and you'll talk about it forever, as I'm sure you guys do.
Well, I was just going to say, you know, we talked about the glamour, we talked about the talent, we talked about the comedy, but actually, Debbie, it can be life-changing right at a moment where you need it as well.
Totally life-changing for me.
For you, it was
the year after Paul had died.
Yeah.
And so I was so immersed in it as well, and having such a wonderful time.
Yeah.
But I got out of it things I wasn't expecting, apart from making friends with people that whenever we get together, it's like you've never been apart. But it created my Debbie McGee brand, because I've been part of a double act for, you know, 38 years. And everybody, although they knew me, I was still Paul's assistant. And suddenly, Strictly gave me a brand, which has made my life happier and helped me get over my grief and become me and gave me a confidence I didn't have before. Because people treat me differently. Because they could see, actually, there's a bit more to her than standing, you know, watching Paul do a trick or going in a box.
But you also now have this infrastructure as well that you know is almost a little bit like a family.
Oh,
that we're always
absolutely.
gonna
I think one of the things as well, Brendan, is every season there's so many rumours about what's happening between the dancers and their partners. Sometimes it pays off and it's a wonderful love story, of course, and there's families that come out of it. But often there's a lot of intrigue and there's all that sort of stuff and people talk about the curse. Why are we so intrigued by that part of it as viewers as well?
Because human relations. We love to know what's going on next door. You know, if you hear a bit of gossip or a bit of an argument next door, you want, oh, what's the argument about? That's exciting. Or likewise, if there's a little bit of a romance blooming, it's amazing to be in the thick of that concept as it's happening, it's unfolding on screen and in the papers and on the morning television shows. I think that's the beauty of it. You're seeing two people creating something. It could be horrible. It could be beautiful. And I think that's the magic that's kept people hooked on Strictly, as well as the beautiful frocks and the glamour.
And why does it happen? Because we even had it on the show in America. It's like, it's this thing.
What, you and Pasha?
No, I wish. I'd never.
Between the couple and the dancers.
But you always, it's this
Can you answer that,
strange
Rach?
For me, with Pasha, it was the first time I kind of relinquished any control. So I'm kind of used to just like being the woman and in control of things. And it was the first time he's the boss and you just have to listen to him. And you obviously you get to know someone on a far closer level than you would otherwise, because I mean I was living in Essex, I was filming in Manchester and Birmingham, so you were literally following me around the country, and we were getting 3 hours dancing here and then travelling through the night and then 3 hours sleep here. So it's kind of it's a strange bonding experience that you just wouldn't get in real life. It's an artificial reliance.
But
really.
you rely on each other so heavily. For everything, because it's not just about doing steps, it's not just about a bit of practice, it's the emotional stuff, it's getting ready for the show. You're about to go live to however many million people and you've got one chance to make it, then you've got the slamming of the judges or the adoration of the judges. There are so many aspects to the show that just make it so intense for you as a couple. You rely on each other.
And that's why we love it so much,
loved it for 20 years,
That's why and we'll continue to.
Yes, and you're up for this year as well, which is really exciting. Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.